I am good with that.
Yeah.
Don't forget, there's gin and juice, because, you know.
Gin and juice. I know. I should probably try it. It doesn't seem like me, but I do think I like the new logo.
What's that?
With the video game, like in the
joystick,
the sort of hazy glow neon.
Oh, the neon, yeah. It's all usable on T-shirts, really, but still, it's pretty cool. I like it.
You don't think it's usable on T-shirts?
It's made specifically for T-shirts.
Yeah, it wouldn't be good for doing like
that version specifically
It
for.
wouldn't be good for what?
like all sorts of printing and stuff like that.
You said it's made for T-shirts.
T-shirts is what it's made for. Specifically.
But like business cards and stuff like that.
Oh, like that would be bad?
Oh yeah, probably touching you like this, something like that.
No hard lines, huh?
No hard line.
Need a hard liner?
Hard line. At least for the external.
Yeah, it's gotta be scalable, and unfortunately those things aren't very scalable. But the one that it's based on is the actual base version of it. That's so it's made the same way the original one was, with some improvements.
I like that look. I like that hazy neon.
I do too.
Wow, we have an advertisement running. Combat is up close.
Oh, you must be on the
Twitch.
the YouTubes.
Twitch up there, an ad in front of us.
They do.
Yep.
Did you get any?
I feel like we made it.
Did you get any?
They're forcing an ad to see us.
Yeah, we did. We ripped two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long did they take though?
Only 5 minutes.
Once they work.
When
Yeah,
they
well,
actually
yeah,
worked, they
yeah.
worked like in 5 minutes. It was really quick. I was kind of surprised.
What's
The Amiga. I was ripping during the Tuesday show. You know, the one that you wanted to have? You know, like said, oh, we're gonna have a Tuesday show, right? And then you didn't show up. That one? Yeah, that one.
I didn't say I wanted to show.
Yeah, you did. You like, hey, you were drunk. I should have thought about that.
You should have thought about that.
I was-
Oh, you mean the modding episode?
Yeah.
That I had nothing to mod. You mean that?
Yeah, you said you were gonna show up and be drunk.
I did
Wait,
think about it. I did
depends.
think about it.
I
I
showed
did.
up.
No, you're right. I did
Saved
think.
it all
I
for
did think
morning
about showing up, but then I was like, well, I don't think that'll work out. Yeah, because I was just gonna touch stuff.
Yeah, that's how we
That
did
was the
it.
plan. Here, Larry,
What's
touch
this?
Here, Larry,
What's
touch
this?
this. Here,
What's
Larry,
this?
touch this.
No, I was only gonna touch things you didn't want me
Oh,
to touch. You know, like toddler Groot.
The sexual harassment, Panda.
That button? No, not that button.
And,
I've never heard a girl say that before. Trust me. No, not that button.
oh god. Okay, here we go. And 3, and 2, and 1. Live from the G2B studios on the 6th subfloor of the Guys Games and Beer Tower, WG2B's. Oh god. Morning Zoo.
Drive.
Morning Zoo Drive Breakfast Club.
Hey!
There you go.
Helping your walk of shame since 2017.
Darn right.
Travis gets here, we get our traffic update.
It sounds to be here with the traffic update.
The walk of shame is tough this morning.
Because it's wet and cold out.
It is wet and cold out, that is for sure.
The weather in Wisconsin is a balmy 38 degrees.
Wait a minute. And live from our traffic. Yeah, not like that, Rob. Not like that.
Not good.
No, I just drank that. I wasn't gonna. Oh,
Yeah, boy, you jumped right on it.
I didn't mean to. I
jumped
was reaching for
around.
my other drink.
Oh, crud, I should probably grab
Well, this is supposed to be beer court, but who knows? Now it's just
Beer.
cluster app.
Oh, yeah, let's get it.
All right, let's go beer- let's go
ready for
beer court.
Hold on a second. And
Great with this gin and juice in my mouth.
good thing I previewed
I
that
just
because
feel it
beer
glass.
court was.
You're gonna put your
It's
beer
a
in
glass.
glass.
He's gonna get fancy this morning.
All right, we have been told that
I-
some of these beers we should be trying in open face glass so that we can get the aromatics
Yes.
as
And,
we're drinking.
and my feeling is, I drink my beer like a man. Not much of a man, mind you, but a man. And The way most of us drink it is out of
You know what? You know what? You know what? That's gonna be ironic in a minute.
Isn't it ironic?
It is going to be. Go, let's start beer
All
card.
right, and 3, 2, 1, and ba-da-bum.
Ba-da-bum-bum.
Ba-da-bum-bum-bum, ba-da-da. Beer core.
Okay, so Larry, why is it ironic that
Oh,
he drinks his beer
no.
like a man?
Because today we have Bombshell Beer Company's Spellcaster, a black ale. Now, one of the things that makes this kind of an interesting brewery is it's North Carolina's first 100% woman-owned brewery.
Wow.
So drink this beer like a man.
Well, Pinky's
That's been
out.
And
brewed
send
by
your
a
money
woman.
to women.
I don't know how to feel about that.
Okay, so this is out of North Carolina.
Yeah, I know North
A
Carolina.
unique ale, light on the palate, with a chocolate notes and subtle roastiness. Okay, you know, people, that being said, don't make up fucking names for beer, okay? Roastiness? What the fuck is roastiness?
I
No, I'm sorry, roastiness? You know?
calls you names? I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, you know what roasted is, you know?
Yeah, but there's no such thing as roastiness.
Well, it's like roasty.
Looks like
It's like
Coca-Cola.
roasted.
Holy
But
shit.
not.
No, it doesn't. It looks like a glass of Coke. Look at that color.
Well,
And-
I mean, it's a black ale.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's going to be dark. It's probably going to have a creaminess to it.
Well, let's start with the art. The cover art is really quite nice. I gotta say,
Oh, yeah.
we got some good
Thank
artists.
God for women owned. Whoa.
Well, you know, that was the classic World War II silhouette. You know,
Were
on
they
the
holding up
side
the
of
beer?
side of the.
Better.
Yeah,
Well, they might have had a bomb or whatever. That doesn't matter. It's a silhouette. Is the
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
You know, it's pretty classic.
I was looking at the side at the
side ones,
yeah.
though, the women who are apparently trying to kill her.
They're spellcasting.
Yeah. So they're casting a fiery ball of something.
Right? Y'all look like you missed out on your morning. It's already the first comment of the morning. On your morning coffee. That is true. I did. And my coffee's sitting upstairs and I didn't drink it.
Well,
I had a long night.
I gotta
last
say,
night.
I don't think we did, because we're
getting it right now.
Yes, that's
So
true.
this has definitely got coffee roastiness.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Roastiness.
Oh. Mm. I like when it has like that burnt flavor. They always call it like a chocolatey taste.
No,
you
it's
know?
burnt. It's that burnt flavor.
Yeah, I'm not getting
That's due to the
particularly
roastiness.
chocolate.
No, I
off
agree
of
with
it,
more like
but-
coffee taste.
But if you like a black beer, I think it's not too bad. It's a
Actually,
black beer,
I like.
which I think is
Coffee
starting
beer,
to
so-
make sort of a reemergence in the market. Black beers, you know, like we sort of drove through the IPA patch, and now we're kind of moving on to the sort of caramelies,
Roasty toasty.
the and I think black beers is one of those where it's a darker beer, it's a sweeter beer, you know.
Morning,
Not
Jacob.
a lot of hops to it.
Morning, Heather.
Well, then we have one similar.
We've had black beer.
Morning, Benz. Both
I-
Benz are right.
Both Bens are here.
Yeah.
I don't know if I. You know, here's the thing. It's light. They're right. It is light on the palate. I get that kind of coffee note and nothing else. I mean, like you said, black beers tend to be creamy. I don't have any creaminess with this one at all.
Well, it looks creamy.
It's a little creamy.
No, it
You don't
doesn't.
think it's
It
creamy?
really doesn't. No, I don't think it's creamy at all.
It's
It's
a
like-
little.
it's like-
I got that.
It's like carbonated water with coffee in it.
It's a black beer.
Yeah, but no, it's like it's. No, that being said, it's not like it's bad. It's not like, oh my god, this is a horrible flavor. It's just, I think it may be a little underwhelming on the flavor for a black beer.
Okay, so too light.
Yeah, I think maybe too light
Too light. Okay.
for what they're for a black beer. They're right. It's light on the palate.
Got a long aftertaste.
Yeah, well, that's that coffee. All I'm tasting. I don't drink coffee, and all I'm tasting right now is coffee.
Wow, I'm already misspelling stuff. All right.
You know, it's funny. It's funny when you so it's got coffee bitter, not IPA bitter. Not
Yeah,
citrus
no,
bitter.
you're right. You're right. It's a different type of bitter too. You're right. It is definitely coffee. That's all I taste. Again, it's like I've got coffee in my mouth right now. I mean, there's nothing else. You know, there might be a faint bit of chocolate. If the chocolate notes are stronger,
Well,
maybe
have a
I'd like
roll
it better.
with it. That probably would help.
Well, it could be that I was drinking gin and juice all morning, but hey.
Could have been that.
Could.
Yeah, we always throw off our palate with like gummy worms.
Orange juice tends to be a palate killer, and I already have one.
All right,
And
so
a
we need a beer expert to tell us. Okay, so before you drink any beer, you should always clean your palate with X. What's the X? Well, water may not be the right one.
You don't want to know what the X is.
The audience would be actually.
You need to clear your palate a little bit.
Oh no.
Cigarettes. No, that's probably not the answer.
That's actually a good palate cleanser.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we should go clear our palate soon, Rob.
Yeah.
Too late. We've already started.
Ah, damn it. Yeah, that's right. We did actually start. Okay, so
Oh yeah, we are recording.
we are recording,
So
we're
we need a
recording.
verdict. I mean, this has been a nice.
we gotta wait till
extended
Ryan gets back.
discussion.
yeah, no,
Yeah, well, that's true.
Ryan's gonna go give up the coffee beer.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. He's.
Oh, his phone was ringing.
It's light on the palate.
It is no.
Palate.
I agree. It's light on the palate. I just think it might be a touch too light on the palate.
Really?
You know me. I don't like heavy beers, but
I like, you know,
I don't
this is
feel
one of those
about-
beers where I like the aftertaste,
Just-
actually.
oh yeah,
So-
the aftertaste it's like
I like
it's
it a
like
lot,
you got
yeah.
coffee.
How do you feel about like the idea of 100% women owned, like as an advertising idea?
You know, here's the thing: the brewing industry, especially microbrewing, is dominated by males.
Yeah.
If they want to use it as a selling point, I don't have a real big issue with that.
Yeah, so this beer's good.
Yeah, but that being said, I'm not gonna. All right, let's pass verdict on this. All right.
All right, verdicts.
I'm average.
I gave it a thumbs up. I liked it.
All right.
So I was coffee tasty.
Split decision. It's coffee. I just don't. I wouldn't go to my way to drink it.
Yeah, no negatives though. So it gets
No
a
negatives.
No negatives.
Yeah, it's not gonna do.
All
any
right,
time
Judge
to
Rob,
sale.
go ahead and pass verdict on this beer.
All right, so on count one of being chocolatey, I find you not guilty. I don't taste any.
I have to agree with you. That is definitely not guilty on that one.
On count two of creaming on faces in public, I find you guilty. You creamed on some faces in public.
I did not get. I'm gonna appeal that decision. No, I'm gonna appeal that decision. I do not taste.
And finally, on the count of roastiness without a license, guilty as charged. Sentence you to
Drinking!
Yeah, that's good stuff.
All right. So what are we actually doing this morning, Rob? I mean, it's kind of unusual because we're out on a Saturday morning. Well, it's not completely
We're just
unusual.
talking and kicking back and.
Drinking.
Yeah, I mean we have topics, but this is more of a less.
This is a morning zoo,
So
man.
if you have watched and realized, God, these guys really don't know what the hell they're up to. What do you watch this morning? We're just going to confirm all your deepest and darkest fears.
Well,
Yes, it does.
And that's why we have the sexual harassment panda with us this morning, just to make sure.
you did mention something about like the greatest unknown.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, we're gonna talk a little bit about that game that you cannot, for the life of you, remember the name of. That's been plaguing you for years. That you thought is like the best game ever, and we're gonna try and describe them. Now, mine I actually found. This is what started. I'll go into mine because mine's kind of a
I think we're gonna have a similar experience.
because I actually found mine, and I just found it literally last week after like years.
Mhm.
It just randomly came up in Tom's collection of cover discs.
It's like, oh, here it is.
There was
Yeah.
a game back in the, I think it was early 90s. It was when I had my 600, I remember, because I always used to play it on my 600. Amiga 600, by the way, for you guys that don't know, we live and die by Amigas. Mostly die. But it was this game that was a little bit like Bubble Bobble, a little bit like, Snow Brothers, which they're similar, but it was more free roaming. You could kind of jump around, and it is beautiful. It was really, really well laid out. There's a lot of shooting and a lot of. I love looty games games where you like kill something and you get like you pick something up for points. I love that, like Bubble Bobble, how you kill things and you get like a candy or something. I love that kind of game. I don't know why, but I really, you know, you better hope society never flies apart because I think everybody's a fucking pinata. I mean, I think that everybody. But I've been looking for this game for years, and I was sure because it starred like there was like a king, and that was the basis of it. And I don't know what happened that he lost his kingdom in the game. It was just a king. But, it had a king in it, so I always thought the name was King something. And come to find out, in early prototype form, it did have the name King in it, but it was renamed later. And to make this game harder, the reason I never found it is because it never actually was completed. Even though...
Oh, because it was a cover disc. And so it was a demo on a cover disc.
Right, it was basically a preview.
Coming soon!
Yeah, they were fishing for financing, and they never found a financer who could... By the way, this is a great story about the developer, too, because the developer... well, I'll go into that in a minute, but anyway... So the game was fishing for a developer.
The unicorn's freaking me out.
The game was fishing for a game company to release it, and it never found one, even though it was popular. However, it did come out on a later cover disc, rewritten as a Christmas game, starring the same king and with the same game mechanics, but it became a Christmas game, and it was blown out to an almost full game for the cover disc, for another cover disc later. I got both copies now, so I'm pretty happy with that. But the developer, he ran a company. I'm trying to remember what games he made, but he was actually a fairly big developer on the Commodore 64. And then he went into the Amiga, and then his company got merged with another company, and apparently he had like some kind of nervous breakdown, and he actually lived. There's some conjecture to this, so it may not be 100% true, but this is the rough outline of it. He moved to Los Angeles and went off the grid for years and disappeared. Really weird, right? So yeah, he actually completely...
So he lived
this
a
is
normal
like,
life?
Yes, like normal people. He's a podcaster now. No, I'm kidding. But
So not normal people.
Right, so the story behind it is basically he wanted like $24,000 to get it, to be bought from the company.
And
Which
Kickstarter,
that's nothing.
and
I mean,
Kickstarter was
that was
years
not bad.
off.
Yeah,
Right.
well, yeah.
Exactly. And here's the thing: the game demo was beloved. People were calling Amiga Power, and this was part of my problem. I always thought it was Amiga format. I bought this with this disc. That's how I found out about it, by the way. Not this one because this is Tom's, but. Well, it might be, who knows,
Yeah,
But over the years,
exactly.
it might have been added to your collection.
Wait,
but
you still dig through thousands of Tom's discs?
I did.
I do have
Looking
that.
for new
No, I came on it randomly.
I do. You remember those days?
I came on it randomly in the modding episode. We were just looking for stuff to throw onto the Amiga, which is a fake Amiga, and all of a sudden, on this cover, I said, "Oh my God, that's the game!" And the game is called Galactic.
So it has nothing to do with the king or...
It has nothing to do with the game, but in the thing, it did describe that it was a king, and that's where I got the king idea from. And sure as crap, John just happened to have it in his collection, and I was reunited.
Maybe
so good.
maybe more amazing, the discs hasn't degraded and it still works.
No, it's totally wrecked.
He's just like 34 years old, just sitting in storage.
It's totally wrecked. I
You
had
know
to
what?
download
You know-
this media.
You know what's weird is some things, like, yes, I know there's a rock solid sort of reliability window for most media.
For all media.
Right. But then there's and it freaks me out when stuff that's 30, 40 years, like a floppy disk,
Still works.
still works. It's like, what the hell's going on here? This is so awesome.
Well, the problem was, so,
This one had a really big problem.
early floppy disks will work better. But what'll happen is they'll get damaged by the actual device you read them on. Now, this one, if you look, you can physically see a few lines on the surface.
Right, so that might have been
Oh, yeah.
damaged early on, but let's
Correct.
say it was only read once and it was just put away.
It could be okay still.
It probably could be okay.
Generally, they are, actually.
that was always your theory on the very legitimate and use of SD cards or SD card readers to replace like
Hard drive.
hard drives and different things like
Yeah.
that, because then you can just
You
swap
back
them
up
out.
your back
Well,
up
and
your-
you're not-
Oh, sorry,
you're
oh,
not
I'm sorry,
using
my
your-
multi-cards.
You're multi-cards. You're not using the disk drive. You're not using.
You're not using the connector, right? You're saving life on the system. In
Yeah.
fact, this goes back down, and they'll fail anyways. Again, we're big, Dreamcast fans. The problem is with the Dreamcast is that the drives, the optical drives, weren't great to start with, and they.
Yes!
Sorry, traffic was a biatch.
There's our traffic
Traffic report with our roving reporter.
We told you
Travis.
as soon as he got in,
Oh my
we
God.
did the morning zoo traffic report.
Yeah.
It's a bitch, okay? Traffic is a bitch.
It's snowing out there, Bucks!
We had said the walk of shame was going to be tough this morning.
That's right, you can only take so much.
So
By the way, you got to start with that. That was
Okay.
our beer court, and you just chime in when you're ready
Yeah.
with your assessment.
Again, my thing is, again, using multi-cards, using systems that have been modded, does save your original media.
Right.
And here's what's happened. The original media is going to degrade over age by itself. But physical wear causes degradation too, whether it's wearing down contacts or connectors, or again, if you do have a laser system, there's a certain number of hours to that laser LED in there. The more you use it, the shorter its life is.
That always made me mad about early copy protection. The versions that would like read your disc like
Oh, yeah.
constantly.
Yeah.
Like, why are you wearing my crap out?
And that's exactly what...
That became a serious problem. I think EA was in an early lawsuit about that. Because
Yeah.
Electronic
Oh,
Arts.
EA in a lawsuit about something. Yeah.
But come on, this is the 80s.
Well, again,
When everybody did sue.
one of the big ones, one of the ones that also fueled that lawsuit was one disc company was putting physical holes in a 5 1/4 inch floppy disk. So their program would keep the head from ever hitting that hole. But if your hard drive screwed up a little bit, or if you're trying to run a copy program on it, the head would drop in the hole and ruin your floppy drive. Would physically.
Which they thought, hey, that's your punishment for trying to copy.
That's great,
But
but it happened
It didn't
even
work
if you're
all the time,
right.
yeah.
It didn't work all the time. Occasionally, hard drives forget where they're at and decide to start looking
And
at
drop
it.
in the hole.
Exactly, and so people sued them over that one.
But EA, I mean, it used to make some nasty games that would just go.
Oh God, yes.
Oh, remember Drive Music?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
we all ran it.
Oh, we all
and that
did. You
was
shouldn't have
terrible
done
for us,
that.
too.
So you'd make the stepper sing by knocking the heads around.
It sounded just like a violin. It was just crazy.
Yeah, people.
Well,
did
there's-
some cool
There's
There's
plenty of
that
good
guy.
videos on YouTube.
Yeah,
Yeah.
here's the thing.
Don't do it to your own.
Doing
Yeah.
the Star Wars thing.
Oh,
and
yeah,
stuff.
no, it's
But then
amazing.
he compiled all those drives just to do
I
that.
know exactly. Exactly.
So
So
you destroy old equipment, man.
yeah. Well, if it's yeah.
It was dying already.
All right. So real quick before we continue on, what do you think?
It's pretty good. It's the lightest dark beer I've ever had.
I almost thought
It's a black ale. This is really like barely on the spectrum of being dark.
No, I thought it was too light actually. For a
Jason
dark ale?
says-
See, I don't like dark ales, and I'm not a dark beer fan, but
I mean, if you
thought
like
it was
reds,
too light.
or if you like reds and you don't like your porters, your stouts, you don't like those chocolatey beers, you want to try something with that little bit of kind of coffee flavor.
Oh, it's got coffee flavor
yeah,
all day.
yeah, it's perfect.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
all
it's
right.
so
Well,
deep.
that's a good point.
Steep.
I think
Yeah.
we would have got another
It's
thumbs up.
it's
on it.
it's
I
the
think you
first
would've, yeah.
it's the first dark beer.
Yeah,
I
all
like
right.
it. Yeah, I mean, like, and I enjoy dark beers and I enjoy reds a lot. So
Mhm.
like, this is like kind of perfect middle of the spectrum. Like, if you don't want something that's too heavy, again, it's light enough that I would say you can drink a few of them and not get that stomach.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, but
Just so
Jay-
you know.
wait, Jason says he has a 1983 Oregon Trail that still works. That is
Ooh,
pretty
wow.
impressive. Yeah.
Okay. The Apple II version.
Yeah, I'm guessing, right?
All right, Jason, type in whether that's
Yeah, was that the Apple II?
I bet
I'm
it's
gonna
got to
have-
be the Apple
oh.
II one.
I think we're like 2 minutes behind or something.
Yeah,
It's,
yeah.
Facebook has like the worst.
Wow.
that's again, man. Every computer lab.
It is the
late
Apple II
90s.
version.
Yeah,
You
right?
know, man. Everybody had their Oregon Trail day where you're playing on an old Apple II. That was.
I remember playing that.
Which,
Yeah.
by the way,
One of you don't get to play
the
music
board
school,
game does.
Suck.
No, it has the spirit. You just can't play it with 2 players. You have to have at least 6.
No.
So that you have plenty of people who can die from
I play against the
dysentery, which was one of the funniest memes.
Yes. You died for dysentery.
Guys, games and beer died. Just...
All right. So I'm gonna go on to mine then.
Okay, cool.
It was probably had to be 85, maybe 80s, late 80s, let's say. I hadn't gotten my Amiga yet, but I started eyeing them up. See, Amiga came out 85 for the 1000. So I'm thinking I saw it on a 500. I was up at we had this place called American of Madison. I was up in Madison. Now,
Hey, they're only in
Holy
Madison.
crap, I got my...
no, originally they were only
American
in
of
Madison. American of Madison.
And
It
then
was,
it turned into you get a bike.
yeah. Oh, dude.
Buy a whatever, get a bike.
So Madison was a college town. There was this furniture
And now
place.
they're out of business.
There was this furniture place in
$200,
Madison
man.
that I said furniture and electronics. And because Madison was a college town, their big gig was you bought anything there, they gave you a bike. Okay, you bought a couch, you got a bike. You bought a stereo, you got a bike. Every other
Hey,
weekend.
that's better than a damn watch.
No, honestly, no. They built their business on it and actually did really well. They existed for quite a long time. From the 70s to the 90s, they were around. They were around for over 20 some
I
years.
The original
I remember
slogan
going
in the
to.
70s was, get off your ass and exercise. That didn't go
But
so
because
high.
I
But then-
remember
right.
going to. You say they were in Madison.
Yeah, I went to the
But
Madison one.
I remember going to one of their events at State Fair Park.
Yeah.
Where it was, American of Madison at State Fair Park in Milwaukee.
Right,
you
so
know?
you didn't have to go all the way to Madison. They carried Amiga gear, so I would actually drive up there to buy.
It's where my
Actually,
family.
at that time they carried Vic 20 gear. I was buying Vic 20 stuff up there.
My family bought their first microwave.
So,
I'm actually a
I
little
got a
upset.
bike!
Big
I got a
year
bike!
difference there. Big 20 to Amiga. I mean,
Yeah, but I mean they carried all that stuff. They carried Commodore.
I
So-
mean, Shopko carried Commodore too. I got my
Yeah, but I mean,
Shopko.
in the very early
Target
days,
did too.
They didn't. Especially things like printers and so on. So, but again, I saw. I want to say I saw it at American, and then it was basically this. Like a little barbarian character, side scroller game. He's fighting and doing traps and stuff. The graphics just blew me away. Game wise at the time, they were like amazing. I just couldn't get over it.
Well, 85. I guess console wise, you're sitting there looking at an Atari.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe,
Thank you. You were,
Yeah.
everything else was not even
maybe
close
a
to it.
Master System.
Yeah,
Maybe.
but again, not even close to this thing. I mean, it's smooth and flowing, great music playing in the background. It was
Stereo.
It was again, it was just stunning. And then I just completely, and I think, it's Barbarian. So what happens every time you look for the game called Barbarian?
you get
Yeah, you get
Barbarian.
You
Yeah.
get Barbarian.
You
the,
get a different
Strangely,
game.
the PC.
Wait, am I going to guess the game that you're going to say?
Go ahead and you guess what it is.
Savage.
No.
Oh.
No. So actually,
I was thinking.
I did a little research before the show because I have periodically throughout the time thought, I really should try to find that game again. I'm sure, I probably have a copy of it because I have pretty much everything anyways. But I probably have a copy of it, but without knowing the name, it's hard to find. But it's a really good game. It actually is called Barbarian. It's just not that Barbarian.
Really?
Oh, so you're not
No.
the guys
No,
fighting
it's
each other.
Barbarian by Psygnosis, and if you're
Oh, that's gonna be
familiar
way
with
better.
Psygnosis.
Ex-
Psygnosis is
Thank
way
you.
better
Oh
game.
my God.
Yeah.
Psygnosis does amazing, and Psygnosis really, not only were good coders, but their artwork is amazing.
Yeah, they did the most beautiful graphics of their time.
Exactly. Their audio is always good. Psygnosis was really on
Yeah,
the ball.
Shadow of the Beast.
Yeah. Oh my God, yes. So, yeah, it was a Psygnosis game. It was one of their first games, actually. So it is called Barbarian, but you have to go Barbarian by Psygnosis, because if you search for anything else, you get all, Barbarian 2, Barbarian blah blah.
Was it as good as you remember it?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's just Psygnosis game.
It's a
Well,
freaking
Psygnosis.
stunning. It's a freaking stunning game. So if you get a chance, if you got an Amiga emulator or you're running Amiga still, try Barbarian by Psygnosis. It's really, it was, again, I want to say one of their first games, and it's wow.
Oh, I remember this game.
See?
I'll be damned. Yeah, it's kind of slow.
Yeah, I think they're playing it emulated there because it played much smoother.
Impressive though.
But that was
I remember this game. I did used to play it.
yeah. It was a great game.
I think I played it.
He
too.
could jump and do barrel rolls over enemies. I mean, the graphics were really, really well done.
Now, to your plight
Oh, that was one of their.
of trying to find
Yeah.
this game that you
they're
thought
first.
was Barbarian,
Right.
and then always coming up short.
Barbarian, right.
That's kind of my experience.
Oh, all right.
The game that I really wanted was a racing game, and it was a top down, and this is long before GTA. And it was essentially like kind of like a death race, but you couldn't F with pedestrians.
Oh, well, because that's not
Well,
death
you
race.
could do anything you wanted to the other, because you would pick up weapons and you spikes on your tires and
Right.
stuff, and you could run them off the
Kinda
road
like Car
and stuff
Wars.
like kind of like Car Wars. But if you ran them over pedestrian, like a mob of police would come and like run
Holy
you
crap.
off the road, and they always win. The police always win that game. You could probably take a couple out before they overtake you. You know?
Barbarian bisexual.
And so I'm
Funny
looking.
stuff.
Must have, yeah.
I'm looking for this game, and it was an Amiga game, and I'm like, oh god, I'm trying to find this game, and it was. I always believed it was called Turbo,
Oh.
and
Well, that's
what-
gonna hurt.
what
You know?
you know, right?
That's
How
what's
many
gonna hurt.
racing games
Are
are
called
called
Turbo.
And the one that most often comes up is Turbo Lotus.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
By
That's-
Titus.
That's the one that
Yep.
really comes up almost all the time.
Because everybody loves it.
Titus made good games too. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but that wasn't the game I was looking for.
It's still
I was
boring
looking
him.
for
He'll get it. He'll get it after a
Just
couple
keep
times.
drinking.
I was looking
Right.
for
Oh, what do you? Oh, a mimosa?
Yeah. I couldn't find OGs, so this is the next best thing.
I got gin.
Shandies.
Yeah, there, it's out. Good. The gin's out. So.
Ooh, that works.
Yeah, pomegranate shandy.
Okay, well I'm gonna finish this and I'm gonna start. on
There's
those.
also grapefruit shandy. Yeah, pro tip again. I'm looking
Pro
for
tips.
OG's the best, and it's not gonna be around everywhere.
Oh, dude, I gotta tell you, this.
If you overall find yourself a good shandy and mix it with orange juice.
So this was the grapefruit shandy.
No, we use pomegranate.
Oh, the pomegranate. The pomegranate shandy is fucking
It's delicious.
amazing with orange juice.
top notch.
Yeah.
So you want to get morning drunk and you don't have champagne? I mean,
No, this is.
I would actually think the
I prefer.
grapefruit-
I gotta tell you,
prefer
this is better than
grapefruit.
champagne.
This is better than champagne. It's not too dry.
No, it's really,
Fucking-
it's really, really good.
I would think this grapefruit.
Casual
We'll try a grapefruit
This
one
is
next.
fucking delicious.
This is fucking amazing. Oh my god.
Oh.
That's better than a pro tip. That's wow.
Crap, sorry. Station break. WG2B Racine. Alright, there we go. Sorry.
God.
That's our station break.
Good thing we got that. After we might lose our.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
no,
the
yeah,
FCC
you got
license,
it,
yeah.
Oh, wait, do the emergency test.
I almost spewed on my computer.
If this was an actual emergency,
You're
We're 6 levels down.
Yeah, we are buried deep beneath the G2B tower.
Nobody's ever gonna find us.
Exactly,
but,
but
hey.
we will survive.
yeah.
Mind you, we're eating Larry.
We survived on beer.
Sorry, Larry.
Sorry, Larry.
You look the tastiest.
And breakfast burritos.
Yeah. Ryan, pass me sweet roll wing. Come on, it's breakfast time, for God's sake.
Oh.
Travis, that's
Hey.
vegetarian items.
Sweet roll.
Yeah.
Motherfucking sweet roll.
Hell yeah.
So,
Back to
thank
Larry's
you.
story.
so
I'm saving it for alcohol. Oh,
the other game that could commonly come up. So Turbo Lotus would obviously come up. Turbo Outrun would always come up too.
yeah.
Right? So it was really hard getting to Turbo only. Like this, it was by Micro Illusions. And I finally found it. I finally found like a YouTube video on it, and it's awesome. It's like because I for a long time I was looking on like Amiga sites, so like see if I can like get the game, and couldn't find it. It was like really hard to find.
Yeah.
No.
Shut up!
But you got to say something game related, quick.
Games.
What do you think about Battlefront?
About what?
Battlefront.
2.
Oh, that's AIDS. Oh my god.
There you
Actually,
go.
the game looks good, but
Yeah, I didn't
You know.
buy it. I canceled my pre-order.
yeah, Reddit can tell you the rest.
Yeah.
So.
Thank you, Reddit, for saving us from
Sorry
this.
for interrupting, Larry. I'm
No
an asshole today.
problem, no problem. Hey, it's a great game.
John, there's burritos in the
you're
fridge.
in the world and want to check that one out, the Turbo by Micro Illusions.
Oh that was another good software house.
It was good software.
I don't know, what
but
are the
it's
games that
really
they
hard
They
to
did a lot of
find.
strategy games actually. I'm trying to remember. Oh, God.
Yeah, I don't know. I
was gonna look.
not
I was
familiar with
look real quick. It's actually I'm kind of surprised. Micro Illusions did a lot of. They did I think what was the desk the miniature cars running around on kitchen tables and
that.
stuff.
Micro Machines? They no.
Micro
that's-
Machines.
I think
I don't think they did that.
No, I think they may have done that for the Amiga. For some reason, let me see.
Oh, that's possible.
They're a publishing house.
Oh yeah.
Dang, they really did.
Yeah, their
I'm
games-
surprised they didn't make that much. They made Ebonstar. I remember that game.
Is Turbo on the
video
list?
game. No, it's not.
What the
They made
hell?
Fairy Tale Adventure 2. That's weird. Laser Squad. That one.
that was a
a
good
big
one.
one. Yeah. Questmaster was big too.
Maybe I'm effing up the house. Hold on, let me.
That
look
was
it
on.
up.
That was on the Apple II, right? Yes. But Spectrum Holobyte published it.
Micro Illusions, released
Oh,
in
Firepower.
'89. Turbo.
Oh, Firepower.
That's awesome.
Firepower is that
Firepower
one
is
where you
big,
could have
too.
two Amigas with a serial cable. And
Yeah.
you were driving around with tanks.
Yep. Sounds good.
That was a good one.
And the Fairy Tale Adventure, I remember that one. Romantic Encounters.
So
at Dawn.
on your Micro Illusions list,
there should have been.
it does
Turbo.
not include Turbo.
But it is their
No.
game.
According
Dude,
to
it's Wikipedia. I mean, it's not like
Yeah.
it's authoritative. Yeah.
all right. Well, but I mean, there was an underdeveloper though, so Micro Illusions released it. The underdeveloper is Silent Software.
Right. And that can often be the case where they're just the publisher of it.
So they made out of taking credit because it wasn't their in-house game.
Right. Something along
Yeah.
those lines.
So for
So.
love of God, I'm low on beer. Well, actually,
Well,
I'll,
what do you want? We
I
got
think
I have it.
1,000
Dude, you should try
here.
this. You should really
I'll
try
try a
the
beer
beer
mimosa.
I got you,
Mimosas,
man.
yeah.
Oh, thanks.
They are freaking amazing. So,
I'm running
All right,
out of
so-
energy.
All right, you convinced me.
all right, who wants to go next?
I was trying to think really hard, and I think I was spoiled because I grew up on like the era of the internet. So like I could remember one or two details and find something usually pretty quickly.
That's
Yeah.
That was like
that's interesting. That's a good point because when we came out, yeah, if you couldn't think of the name of the game, it's tough to find. Like you said,
yeah, you had to look
that's-
at magazines or like talk to other people.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that was
But
like,
Galactic took me, I mean, multiple internet searches. And it's even hard to find it in an internet search. I mean, when you know the name,
Yeah.
it's just so off the.
I do have to say though, as a good
Yeah, I
tip,
agree with you.
if there's a game you can't think about, there's a Reddit subreddit called
Yeah.
Tip of My Joystick.
That's where I found some of my
Oh,
other
really?
games
It's
that
called
I
yeah.
played
Just
for,
do a Google search for Tip of My Joystick, and you can post a game, and you post your details, and they're very good at consistently searching out people.
Yeah, they are really good. I found
Yeah.
a lot of games. I've
Yeah, you
played
can mention
before
just a
that.
few details, and they'll probably figure it out.
Sometimes
for you.
they're hard. Like I mean, when you have multiple names, you know, like or a very generic name, Turbo,
Yeah.
right? Very
Yeah,
generic.
that's hard to do.
And yours is really far from kind of conceptually where it's at.
Yeah, it's
It doesn't
gone.
really describe what it is.
Right,
you know.
Bubble Bobble's probably the closest thing to it, but it really isn't a Bubble Bobble clone. It is its own game completely.
Yeah.
It was never
I missed
actually
it.
released as a full game. It was
What?
Galactic,
Oh.
and last
See,
week I found
now
it.
what's funny is my
Wait, where is it?
when I hear that name,
Ah,
You put it in
when
the
I hear
floppy
that
drive.
name, I would think it was
probably under-
like
I
a
don't have a
Galaxia
floppy
clone.
drive.
It's under the
Or a
OJ.
Galaga clone.
Yeah, because when he first said,
Yeah.
"Oh, it's a game that kind of
Oh,
like
here
there's
it is.
Bubble Bobble," I was like, "Oh, Parasol Stars."
No, Parasol Stars. I'm a TG fan, so totally know.
The blue Volkswagen.
Well, you can see where you
Oh,
might
me.
think
Here you go.
Yeah.
with that name, you
Oh,
might
too close. Right.
Way too close.
Too close. Too
when you consider the name, you might think more like a Galaga, Galaxia,
Right,
like
exactly.
something like that. So this is nowhere
It did
close.
star King. It really wasn't anything galactic about it, but it was hard to find. It took like I said, I've been searching for it for years.
See,
I mean,
Maybe
No.
he was
Oh,
a
wait.
Space King.
Heather has an idea for us. We need
He
a
is a
food
space
and
king.
pairing. I'm sorry, a food and beer pairing episode. Yeah.
I have been
Oh,
calling
we
for
got-
the cooking episode forever.
Thanks, Heather. Now you got him going again.
I so want the G2B cooking episode.
That'll be right up there with the G2B food and beer pairing episode.
So, you know, it's funny. So I I've had several searches that took me years. And I've talked about the game before, but it took me years to find what it's actually called. Tecmo Knights, right? I remembered in the arcade, and I never remembered the name of it. And I'm like, oh, this is a really great fighting game, and you punch creatures in the face till their heads rip off, and this is so much fun. And I'm like, and for years I was trying to find what that game was, you know. You know what?
Adventure.
You know what ended up? Because I always I had the name slightly off. I knew Knights was in there, but I didn't really like. It wasn't the Tecmo Knights, and how many games out there have Knights in the title,
Yeah.
right? You know, it's like, oh, you know, and so you know what? How I ended up finally figuring it out. I found them, and I've displayed it in this show. I found the marquee.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, I was
That's what you do.
at Game Hole Con, and it was a few years back now. One of the first years we were at Game Hole Con, I was going through marquees, and I picked it up, and I'm like,
Midwest.
"This is the game!" Midwest Gaming Classic.
I
not
like
Game
Game
Hole.
Hole.
Not Game Hole Con. Midwest Gaming Classic. You're right.
I had a little bit of help.
Yeah, no, that's good. We need reminders in this show, man.
We
So
do.
yeah, but I picked it up and I'm like, this is the game. This is the game I've been trying to remember. And so I bought the marquee.
Now you'll never forget. Did you
Because
play
it
in the
is a
shadow
gr-
box?
It is
He
a
did
great
actually.
game. And then I turned it into a shadow box. Yeah.
Of course you did. Which we showed on a couple episodes ago.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Beer Mosa?
Beer Mosa.
Good. See,
Yeah.
now you gotta go.
That's
Travis.
called a.
I know. I gotta
yeah.
finish this beer so I can get to the Mosa.
I finished mine. Obviously, you
There's
didn't.
plenty to go around. So
Larry, my last comment to you was, "Don't blow your load."
Yeah.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
You know, I sometimes forget what I said to somebody on Facebook, and then they bring it up. You know, when we're like conversing back,
Uh-huh.
because I'm like working, you know, and I'll say something offhanded, and then I'll look back at it like, what the hell was I talking
Well,
about?
Yeah, well, that's
So I said,
Jeez.
what? Wait, so what's the topic for today? Or, you know, a
Yeah.
couple days ago. He's like, oh, that really great game that you can't remember. I'm like, well, if you can't remember the name of it, how are you gonna like talk about it? And he's like, well, you know, you describe it. I was like, so I wrote back like, yeah, there was this time where I
At
played this
Bandcamp?
game. And that's when he responded, don't blow your load.
All right. Well, okay, that kind of makes sense.
I know, it made sense once I followed the thread again. Oh yeah, that's what I was talking about. It's like,
See, I'm gonna be good and actually start
I
clearing
keep-
off the table because I got a feeling
I
it's
keep-
gonna get really full this morning.
you know, because so we can see comments and stuff. Some of us follow along on the different sites, you know,
Internets.
YouTubes or what the YouTubes or whatever. But every time I look,
The YouTube.
the YouTubes, and every time I look at our screen with this unicorn, I is that Photoshop, dude?
where did that come from anyway? Okay.
We also
Wait,
we
we
also
also-
have the panda. in the
We also have
background.
the sexual harassment panda.
Wouldn't have been my
They
first
both
guess.
been decapitated.
It's all right.
I thought it'd be perfect for this.
It's awesome.
Oh.
Okay, so all right, who wants to go
Ryan,
next
you
on
got
that?
a delightful story of a unsought
Black.
game.
It's not an awesome game, but I do have one that
Such was
I'm
not.
still trying to figure out if it was on
It's
Commodore
complete
64.
crap.
Yeah, the game was the
Or
game
Amiga.
sucked, but
So
I was
you-
gonna anyway.
I have one
have
that I
not
have
successfully found it yet.
Yeah,
Ooh, this is
and
exciting.
I don't
fellas.
remember a lot about it.
Okay.
I just remember there was a lot of Commodore games that kind of had that black background and like, you know, platforming type stuff in front of it. And all I remember is like the character you're playing is, I think he can kind of go between a lizard and a regular guy. And that's about all I remember. I think when you use a lizard, he might throw fire or something.
It sounds a little like Shadow the
Beast.
Beast.
No, but it's not
No.
that because it's a black background game.
Okay, yeah, which is not Shadow
And
the Beast.
I remember it kind of, there were certain Amiga or Commodore Amiga games that kind of had, they almost had like that shimmery metallic look around the edges or something like that.
You mean the actual physical?
Characters like.
Oh, the
You,
character.
on screen, you can.
I can't remember what the, I don't know what
color
the exact,
cycling. You can do color cycling effects.
and
so.
it was like, yeah, it was just, he was kind of neat looking and it was just one of those games that I think it probably
Not
had a
bad,
trainer
but
on
it's
it,
almost too sour.
but I never was able to like get fully through the game and, you know, not that I have a few discs or anything like that. I've,
No,
I've,
no, not at all.
I've gone through stuff and I've like plopped in disc after disc. I'm like, I know which ones it wouldn't be, and I'm like, I still can't find it, and it's very. I don't remember if it's Commodore or Amiga. That's the hard part too. I'm thinking it was right at the end of the Commodore because it was like I don't think it was quite as good of as Amiga graphics as I remember, but so that's why I'm thinking it's Commodore 64. But there's so many games
There's
for
a lot
Commodore
of
64
Commodore
that
64.
and I've gone through just like bringing up the Google search and just
I
like,
can tell you.
Commodore 64 games
so
and like
challenge. to
Red Reddit.
all
So
our-
no. Let's see how
Let's
good
post
Reddit.
it. Also, but I mean, I can tell you a game that it's not when I did a search for Amiga Lizard Man, or Amiga game Lizard Man. I can they'll tell you it's probably not Laser Shoot Larry in the land of the Lounge Lizard.
No, it's probably not. But that being said, that was a great game.
The
There
original.
was the transformations.
Yeah. Okay, so no, that.
I love the pharmacist
We
who
should-
helps you discover the perfect condom for
Yes.
you.
Think about that. Think about that in a
really
video
gotta
game,
start
guys.
streaming the comments. Really gotta start streaming our comments.
Okay, let's actually, yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea to set up. That's
But-
a good thought, actually.
That's good.
Let's.
I do have one that I did find, but this is like months ago.
So
That's
you
good.
need to know.
So I have a
You
second
totally
game.
wanted to know.
This was a game I really have been trying to find, but
Yeah.
the one I did find, all I remember, and me and my buddy Dan would play it a lot, and it was like, I think you could do 2-player on it, and it didn't matter. It was more of a fun to try to figure out, but it was an Old West game, and we'll see if anyone remembers. But it was like in the style of like Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote.
Okay.
So in that game, one cowboy is like up on a cliff,
Yeah.
and he's got to set the trap for the other guy that's kind of like running down the road going, you shoot
Is
his
it
guns off.
cliffhanger?
That's it. See?
I remember that game.
And
He
It's
should be
funny,
on the
I
other
just,
side.
I
We
just
spent-
like hit it. I just, oh yeah, that's cliffhanger.
we spent hours trying to find like the game,
You could have
And,
just
like, and-
asked
And you
Rob.
could have just asked Rob.
and it was just one of those that like I think I put the right disc in once, and and I saw that like load quote $ quote comma 8, list the directory, it's there, and sure enough, we played it like for like 3 hours. It had the trainer on and everything. We're like, I don't care. Originally, I remember you getting like 5 lives. I'm gonna turn the trainer on. We're gonna go through every one of these things and see if we remember the pattern, because it was pretty much like what it was like QuickTime events. Like
It was mostly,
it was like if you didn't.
it was
press-
like an early QuickTime event, wasn't it? It was a
like,
timing
you
game.
had to like move your character to a specific spot, and then know exactly when to like the detonate the TNT or something like that.
I
to
always
make
thought
the
it was
rock
like
go
a
back and
hack of
forth.
another game. I always thought it was like a
And it
game.
was just
You know,
like-
because how the Commodore 64 people would game hack.
Oh yeah, all the time.
So that was the
Oh,
one
yeah.
that we spent a lot of time trying to find. Played it. Remembered how difficult it was, because like you'd watch the guy running from the distance, and you're like, I know when his head just crosses that line, that's when you press the button, because it takes like 2-3 seconds for like the boulder to go like this, and then hit the guy when he hits it. So yeah, there's like TNT and like
TNT. But
Bull
sad
arrows
news
and
today.
Die.
Anvils.
No.
like drop the anvil on the guy, and what's the other one, like the thing that you jump on and get to somewhere
Not
else.
to interrupt you, you did hear that news today, right?
He probably
That one of the
didn't
young
yet.
brothers died today.
Yeah,
Oh, you did hear it, yeah.
not Angus, but
His brother.
His brother passed away.
but
yeah.
he didn't play in the recent concert, right?
Well, he's been
Fight for it.
fighting.
He's been fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but 64.
That's what
That's pretty young for. Well,
But it
that's
wasn't
pretty old
rock
for a
and roll,
rocker.
In a Keith Richards.
Hey, there's
You're
others.
just never
there-
fucking going.
There's the ones that are kicking around, you know what I mean? It's
Keith
like,
Richards.
you know,
Again.
you know,
and Charlie Manson's dead today too.
Really?
Well,
I knew
it says
he
yeah,
was fighting,
he-
and
yeah.
that was the big argument on the radio the other day was, why are we putting effort into
At all. Covering
saving
him.
Why shouldn't he be like
Yeah.
maybe part of his sentence is he
Just
has a DNR
suffers.
order?
Yeah, do not resuscitate, exactly.
Yeah, how much did we
But,
spend?
I
how
mean,
much
you
was
always-
spent to put
Not
that
to
guy
get
in like?
too political, but you always go like, where's your standards? Be thy own self. true to thyself, right?
Yeah.
Where's this going?
He was a terrible guy. No, listen.
Oh, there are a lot.
Zeus.
There
No,
are
I'm a little afraid about where this
But
is
no,
going.
but I mean the difference between justice and revenge, right?
Oh, yeah.
always.
Is that you treat people correctly despite what they've done horrible,
Correct.
and that's the difference between justice and revenge.
Exactly.
And so,
People don't understand justice.
No.
That's a deeper conversation.
That's a
yeah,
totally different
and
podcast.
probably not for
And,
this
and we need to be a lot more drunk before we go into that. But wait, we're getting there.
That. I want to try this grapefruit version.
I would
I
say.
know. I like sour. Though,
Okay,
so.
then you're gonna like this because it's very tart with the grapefruit. The pomegranate gives you a nice sweetness. The grapefruit, if you want a tart one, it's a little on the tart side.
Well,
Mind you, there's nothing wrong with a little tart.
Yeah, but I mean, can we get into that earlier bombshell?
Oh, wait,
no, that was wrong. Oh.
Oh, no.
No.
You started this, Rob. Let's
You know
see.
this-
Let's get together
you know-
Saturday morning when we haven't had breakfast yet and start drinking first thing in the morning.
I'm not the one who said,
Just
hey,
so
let's
you
do another breakfast club. I'm not the one who
I expected us to be more drunk by this point, to be honest.
Look, drink up.
I did
Look at
think
yourself,
of
brother,
another.
Yeah,
sort
me and
of-
him have been drinking since like
Yeah.
9:30.
I had to drive down here.
I did think of another.
It's Wisconsin.
Maybe it's a whole other topic, but maybe a slant on this is the game that you totally discovered 10, 15 years after it was a thing.
That's like every game. I don't know.
I mean, like for me, with that game, and I never played it in the arcade when it originally came out. I love it now. Timber is one of my favorite games, and I never knew that it was even a
Him and
thing.
Pitbull.
First homosexual lumberjack game ever.
Dude, love a good lumberjack game.
And let's throw in the comment from the peanut gallery, which is I just plopped in dick after deck. We don't often comment about the Twitter folk, but
The Twitch folk.
the Twitch folk.
Twitch folk.
But what the hell on
Twitch
that
folk
one?
are a special breed.
Yeah. Usually the Facebook people get all the love, but
Yeah.
we'll throw that one in because it was.
We'll throw them a bone.
Oh!
I think we were supposed to say Malcolm.
Malcolm?
Malcolm
Malcolm
Young
Young.
is the
Malcolm Young?
ACDC.
Ah, thank you.
Yeah.
I thought it was a line. Malcolm Young.
Did you actually search that, or was that a comment?
That was a comment.
Okay.
That was a
Good.
comment.
That was useful.
Send that to our corrections department.
Yeah.
Yeah. The ombudsman's gonna come down on you on that one.
I'm not waking up on.
That's a $5 fancy word you got there.
Thank you very much. I'm just drunk and I still managed to get it out. I'm impressed.
Wait,
I said that
I don't
many
know
a
if
time.
this was a comment on us, like Timber, like that's what happens after the show. Timber. We just all fall.
Pretty much. It's happened.
It has. All right. So,
I like the grapefruit.
Travis,
I like the grapefruit.
see, it's sour. I myself prefer the pomegranate.
Yeah.
I
But-
like sour though, so.
Well, then try the grapefruit next. The grapefruit makes a really good
Grapefruit's the way to
sour.
go.
All right, Travis. You're like you said, you've got an advantage. Was there? You never had a time where you kind of thought about a game but still couldn't.
But I mean, like for the most part, it was either something we had lying around the house. I
Yeah.
mean, like I already said, but by the time there were games I played at other people's houses, I mean, the internet was a thing. We had internet.
Yeah, that's true. Again, you
Pretty early.
we were early adopters.
So wait,
yeah.
your advantage was that your father never threw anything out.
Yeah, that was
That too.
that was
And that too.
before those days. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Again, it was just like okay, I would like find like
Video
a
game
this,
hoarder.
I'd
Oh,
stick
fuck
it.
yeah.
I'd just stick it in a different case or something. You
Yeah.
know, it was pretty easy to find that stuff again.
Well, so that is an interesting point. Yeah, I guess it is. But it's interesting that Reddit now still has something like that. So.
Yeah. I mean, it's a great resource for anybody I know. It's like if I can't think of the game, I just send them there. I
Yeah.
always do that. And usually within like an hour or
Okay.
two.
Anybody think of? I can't. But anybody think of a board game they once played? That maybe at a friend's house or something like that. That's like, oh, I totally wish I knew what the name of that game was.
That I do know. Yeah, for me, for a while, I owned it and I forgot about it because I was young and I forgot it was a Hero Quest. There's like a 10-year period that I forgot what Hero Quest was. And it just took me a while to like remember, because I just remember playing it. It was like, you'd sit down with your, I was probably like 6 to 8 at the time. And like, yeah, it was like my first like dungeon crawler board game, which was really cool.
Well.
Yeah, that was a good one actually.
Way to go,
I
Milton.
bought because they were on clearance. I bought 7 copies of it, and then I wrote modules where they connected, so it was like a 7-floor tower. It was the greatest.
Yeah, that game was truly something else for sure. It was, it wasn't too dense. It was, the right amount of difficult, which I think was good.
Yeah, I like sitting here during the show drinking too much and then going on eBay and then just buying something stupid and then it shows up at the door and I'm like, what the fuck?
What did you buy, stupid?
I'm looking at GB Boy Classic.
Ah,
Fake Game
well,
Boy.
good. I say go for it.
A fake game.
This is
I
fake
concur.
game. I always
All
buy
in favor say
stupid
that?
Hey!
Yes,
And Rob's money.
Yeah, right?
shit. I like that idea.
So
just-
while you were calling,
We'll
I
just send
asked
them links
I asked the question. What about, is there a board game that maybe you played at a friend's house or something, but you couldn't remember the name of it?
There was one, but I remember looking it up afterwards.
Yeah.
And actually now I don't remember the name of it.
Can you
But that
describe
works
it?
out. I just remember it was one of those board games that you bought it and actually had like a electronic portion to it,
Mhm.
and you push the buttons on it.
Right, like Dark Tower.
Yeah, but this was more like a flat, you put it up to your head. It almost looked like a phone. I don't know.
Tom and I will be back. in
But
a
I'm
minute.
trying to think of what it was called. It was. Now I
Well,
probably
hold
can
on.
look it up.
Oh, wait till I read it.
But so the game is.
What? How up your ear?
No, you didn't hook it up to your ear. I think it was almost like a cops and robbers board game.
I just say
And, I remember using the game, the electronic portion was the one that would let you know like the guy was getting away or something like that. Which means now I just have to go Google search because I don't remember any of the other details.
This is the best episode, where we're just sitting there searching for stuff on the internet.
Yeah.
Welcome to Nut Search.
Cyrus Lewis.
I think sexual harassment pen has been looking at you, Travis. I'm
Well, we're not talking sexual harassment. It's no sexual harassment zone.
Stop Thief.
Oh,
Stop
well,
Thief?
Well, that's why
Stop
we
Thief.
decapitated him.
That's
Put him
true.
on Frankenstein's body. That's-
Getting in the
Or
way.
Sexual harassment pen.
Now, I
You
remember,
just want to sexually harass and boom.
yes.
When we get back, we'll be talking about what we've been playing. Oh wait,
I mean, real quick, I see that you've gone on for a bit. I mean, we could cut a regular-ish episode, and we can
No.
proceed to a shit show.
no,
we're
we're
just
gonna
gonna-
tell you.
just
This
tell them.
is the whole
Just
idea.
keep the shit show going.
This is the whole idea of the Breakfast Club.
No,
It is gonna be a
Shit
shit
show, shit show, shit show.
I walked in this room. I was like, wait, this feels like an actual episode. I've never been Shrek to.
No.
gotta be drinking
This is
So
Breakfast
you
Club.
off
Okay.
Tuesday?
The problem is that
I wanna
3/4
know
of the
every
show
Tuesday.
hadn't drank enough yet.
Yeah.
I walked
Me
in.
and Rob, we did an interview. We actually did an interview during the original Breakfast Club episode, and then it told
Oh God, that was so. Stop Thief. That looks great. We should buy that and play it.
right now.
So what was the premise
I
again?
think Rob left his
that?
computer open on eBay right now.
Oh my god,
Order
I do
it.
like that handheld unit. That's a fucking awesome handheld unit. It looks like a cell phone. Look at it.
That's what I said. It looks like a phone.
Oh my God, I remember this game. Oh,
that's
my buddy
fucking
Jeff
awesome.
had this game. Yeah, that's a good game.
Electronic.
I don't remember
It
this
had
game.
a really neat game
It had a
board.
good commercial too.
So,
See,
so
you
wait,
know
now,
you want to buy
is the
it.
phone? I'm sorry, is it
Look,
supposed?
there's people that are wanting
Is it
and-
supposed to look like a cell phone? Is it giving you clues over the cell phone? I mean, it looks like a damn cell phone.
I don't think at that
I
time
think
we had cell phones. I think they were like as
think
big
it
as
was-
bricks.
Well, they were, but yeah, like you
Well,
said,
I mean, yeah, I mean, it kind of looks like a Wall Street, the movie Wall Street cell phone.
I'm curious because you gotta bring a commercial up for it.
1979. Look at that.
Oh no, then it was a cell phone.
I'm not even sure they had bag phones in '79.
We didn't get our first bag phone till like the mid '80s.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
That's
us.
us.
Yeah, I was like, hey.
Hey, look, that's
Yeah,
guys
I know
right
cell
there.
phones.
The first cell phone we got was one of the bag phones.
Even we can't hear still. So.
Turn it off! Turn it off!
Not us.
I can only stand us once.
I can't even stand this once.
That's why you smoke.
Yeah. That's
Pretty
right.
much. That's sexual frustration, but that's a whole other issue.
Yeah, he's looking for HJ.
9-volt battery not included.
No, that's good.
Damn it! I wish it was included.
That actually is a cool looking game. No, that'd be about the same time as Dark Tower and stuff.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
Dark Tower was a little later. I think that was in the 80s. Maybe in 82, 83.
What time did Dark Tower come out? I'm curious. No, because that was '79. I'm looking at the electronics. I'm thinking around the same.
Well, but no, I think the electronics was fine, but I'm thinking the conceptualness of that game,
right.
you know, D&D and stuff, kind of started early.
81.
81. So 2 years later. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
Yeah, so I think it was just
So
because
we should
D&D
have found out if
did-
the same guts are in between.
Yeah,
that sort of fantasy realm didn't. It sort of just getting going.
Yeah,
You
that's,
know,
that's
and then,
true. In
and
the
then
late
early
70s.
'80s, it kind of had a pretty high peak.
Yeah, nice
Yeah,
Dark
it did.
Tower
It
cover.
did.
Dark Tower cover.
I know.
There was another game with that. I don't remember that game. I never played it, so I can't say it was good or bad. But I think there was another one, like maybe a
Like Dark
pirate
Tower?
ship or something.
Yeah, there
like
was
that.
another one. Yeah.
That was
What's the name of that one?
same kind of technology, but a different game.
Well, they actually had Dungeons and Dragons board game.
Well, right.
Oh, you're talking about the electronics.
No,
Yeah,
the
it's based on the
electronics
same guy.
specifically, and it was a Milton Bradley, and it was
Oh,
yeah,
it
there's
was
another
another one, and I think it's a pirate ship, but
Oh,
I'm not 100%
pirate
sure.
ship.
I never played it, so I don't know if it's any good or not. So we did enjoy Dark Tower though.
I haven't played it yet. I really want to play it.
Refill.
We need Dark Tower Day,
I'll refill. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to play it last time. You
where we
guys.
buy 8 copies of it. It's the only thing we do, and we take it around to cons, and they pay for our hotel because we show up with 8 copies. What do you think? That seems right.
So, Stop Thief actually had a Kickstarter
To like reboot
to
it.
come back, and they asked for $25,000,
Did
Well,
they do
that
it?
seems
and they had
reasonable enough.
$100,000 funding.
So
So
good.
they had a bunch of let's see.
Guys, do you play this in behind you there?
So 25,000 was funded. Then they had a
Really?
classic
Still?
mode, advanced
You
mode,
bad?
intermediate mode,
This thing only lasts like
co-op
35
mode.
minutes, so even if it's personally not charged,
Mine lasts a good 4 hours.
mine does not.
No. Well, it's probably because you got that 10 instead of the 70.
Yeah, or I could have got a bad battery or something. I don't know. It kind of diminished over time. Also, you like run a lot of processes in the background. But sorry,
Oh
you're
yeah,
saying-
you're always playing games and stuff, so you know.
The game will eat the battery, right? Like, if you were just like web surfing,
maybe a little over an hour.
wow.
Yeah, it's not great.
No.
But hey, it's okay. I don't really need it. Yeah, but you guys been like, I mean, I don't think
What
there's,
do
like-
you need?
Huh?
You said you don't really need it, but what do you need?
Oh, I don't need run-on battery a whole lot often.
Oh.
I'm usually near an outlet. I can do that. But so what year was this reboot done? Is the game the new re-release out now,
It looks
or
like they did a computerized version. It said estimated delivery August 2017,
okay?
but it only had 57 backers.
Wow, those
Somebody
people-
must have really liked it.
They put some serious
Jot down
cash
75,000. Yeah.
Just plunked her right down.
Only 52 backers.
Oh, maybe it is physical because they're showing using a phone.
Okay. That would make
As
sense
that-
as a replacement for the handset.
Yeah, I mean everyone carries basically an electronics that can launch a missile. Especially if it was like, 70s
Oh, I think that's.
technology, missiles.
I think one of the options in the game. I'm watching this and it's like I think one of the things you had to do in the game was you're trying to find the robbers as a cop.
Yeah.
Okay.
And when you hit a certain space, you're trying to guess if they're on that space, and that's what you put into the electronics.
Almost like a you sank my battleship.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, in a way, like, and then it's like you either catch them, or you hear the broken glass, like they're getting away. I think those were different sounds. So
Speaking of
There's
old games and stuff, so I know almost everybody on this podcast has told me that they're not particularly into the Goldbergs.
no, I like the Goldbergs.
The last episode was the E.T. episode, where the one main character gets the greatest game ever, or at least he
Also-
thought, E.T. and he just keeps falling in the hole. And then the rest of his family, who's older, like they've started an investment company and they've invested in Amiga or in Atari.
Atari.
Yeah.
Too late.
Yeah, too late. As they're plowing all the
Look at all these-
extra ET cartridges down.
Real quick, board game I kinda wanted to check back in on. It was a Kickstarter. It's called Depths of Durangar. And basically, they had a Kickstarter for it, and the cool part about it is a board game you played in the dark. So you build a dungeon as the dungeon. One person like controls the dungeon, and the other players are adventurers. So you build the dungeon. It's got tiles that you can like slip in, so you can actually make like a modular dungeon. And then it actually comes with like a cheap pair of night vision goggles, so the dungeon master can see in the dark. And the players, they have their figures, and they have little lanterns on them, on the base of them. So they're actually like wandering around in the dark, and you can kind of see immediately ahead of you.
So there's like a fog of war.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
And on a board game, so you're actually moving around, and you've got like the little like lantern that's actually lit in front of your character, so you actually see in front of you, where the dungeon master can kind of see everything and move around
That's
his creatures.
pretty damn clever.
Yeah, yeah. It's the biggest problem I think is like, again, if it's not dark enough, like if it's, you gotta have like the right level of lightness, because you want your players to be able to actually like put their hand in and like get everything set up so like and actually move around their piece, but you don't want them to be able to see everything. So it's like, I just think that'd be a little bit of trouble. But again, it passed its Kickstarter goal about a year ago. I'm kind of excited to kind of check it out and hopefully see some more people play it, because I thought it was like a really interesting concept for sure. I don't know. Any other games that you guys have kind of had on your radar?
Well, Stop Thief looks like it's only about $25 on eBay. Shit.
Oh, the original. Oh, that's a good deal. I buy that for $1.
And it shows the electronic there too, which I think that's the thing that fails in these older games, right? The electronic portion.
I don't know about that. I don't know what the
Holy
electronics.
cow, all these
You know what I think fails more than anything
Missing pieces.
is stupidity. Yeah. Well, maybe stupidity is successful.
This
You know
might
what
be
wrecked?
one
Well, you know what wrecked most of those early games? Leaving the damn batteries in them.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's what wrecked most of the old
this,
games.
this
It'd
guy
have been just fine otherwise.
all of the pieces wrapped in like little Ziploc baggies,
So pro tip:
including the 9-volt battery.
take the damn batteries out.
Yeah.
Pro tip:
Even if you're thinking you're just gonna like, oh, I'm gonna put this away for a month, just take this.
take the batteries out. You can set them off to the side. If they explode in the box, not in the device, fine. You know, God, I don't. And I'm as guilty as anybody because I've pulled out stuff and it's like, oh crap. And then you try to clean it and it doesn't clean well and it still doesn't work quite right. And it's like, God damn it.
Yeah.
If you just took the damn batteries out.
Done that with 3 Game Boys in my time.
Nice thing is you don't have to worry about that with the Game Boy world anymore. Most of the new electronics, the rechargeable batteries built in, so yeah.
And that'll just
Yeah.
explode later in time.
Well, yeah, but probably after you resold it to somebody, so it's okay.
Or again, the newer batteries are a little more well designed. They'll just like bowl up, and
So when you were working on that
Less
Amiga,
volatile.
did you have to take the battery off the memory
I haven't done
expansion?
it yet.
Was it look like it was leaking though, or no?
No. It definitely looks okay.
Mine was starting to leak, and I removed it like a year ago. I'm like, when your dad mentioned something, I'm like, oh, I better go take
Yeah,
it
yeah,
apart.
right.
And mine was soldered together. I had to like unsolder the shielding.
Yeah, no, my shielding is soldered as well, actually. So
And
it's,
yeah, it was. Luckily, I always stored my Amiga, like, the way it would normally sit.
Yeah, so it did,
So-
if it was upright, it would have maybe trailed
Yeah.
down.
Which I have a Mac Classic 2, which the battery destroyed the motherboard.
Yeah, I can see that.
And I've looked up, what would it cost to replace that? And I find people selling the motherboard or the whole Mac Classic 2, and the Mac Classic 2 by itself that says kind of works is cheaper than just buying the board straight out.
I think we need to call up that game developer we interviewed the first time we did this, because she was a blast. Yeah.
Oh, let's just get Dick.
Let's see if she happens
back
to be
on the
around.
phone. Hey, we're doing the
Did we do like 2 interviews like really quickly?
It was like Tuesday, Saturday. or
Yeah,
something like that.
Just tell us what you're up to, because she was just fun to talk to.
Anybody have any fun nerdy plans for their weekend?
I have a-
Not exactly nerdy.
No,
Wait,
engagement
I'm gonna
party
check.
and funeral. So
Yeah,
both ends of the spectrum there.
yeah.
Got my
Bring down
weekend
a room.
planned out.
I'm pretty confident. There's some conflicting information, but I think I'm going to be at the Packer game tomorrow.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah, if you get a chance to
not
go, then
quite
just go.
sure.
Yeah.
You know, well, there was some conflicting information on the date was maybe tomorrow, but you know the team that was stated was wrong. So I'm like, maybe next weekend. I don't know. But you know, so as far as nerdy plans, though, I plan to watch The Ghost in the Shell in 3D.
Yeah.
Should be fun.
Yeah, Larry, you have the best 3D setup that I know
It's-
for your little home theater.
Yeah, it works pretty good. Now I actually want to increase it because that's a 720. I want to
Is that
actually
your basement?
1080p. What?
Do you watch that in the basement then? Or
Oh yeah.
The 3D stuff.
Speaking of,
Right.
you doing a movie today?
What?
You doing a movie today?
Yeah.
Sweet.
2 o'clock?
Yeah, that's how I plan to stop by.
Okay.
So I think Jimmy might stop by too.
Yeah,
Fucking
he already
awesome.
told me. So,
He's going to?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So 2 o'clock.
Sounds good.
2 o'clock is Ghost in the Shell. So in the
The
Davis
Scarlett
Theater.
Johansson version, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the
Well-
old one's in 3D, right?
No, it's just a newer one, you know.
Yeah.
So. I also will play with. Speaking of new things I've been doing, new old things. I gotta move.
Oh, yeah.
You got the move?
I gotta move, yeah. And so I've been toying with that a little bit. I should get Time Crisis 4 should be in the mail. Maybe show up today.
Oh, so you
So
have-
he got the move for the PS3 is what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
PS3.
I have
yep.
2 of the guns now too.
Yeah. Well,
You need
see,
the gun,
I mean, I don't have the plastic to hold them or whatever, you
If
know.
you want to
but
borrow
I
the
mean, I
guns,
got the
if you want to
machine.
borrow,
How are the guns on that?
They're kind of neat. I mean, I've
See-
used too much of them, but
So what?
I think you use them for like the full PlayStation move games, but I'd rather have a controller to move around and
Right.
shoot. But I think the light rail. I think there's a few of the light rail game. What's it called? Rail.
But just
rail
a rail
gun
game.
Rail
Just a
gun
rail
game.
game.
Rail game.
Yeah.
Rail shooters. Yeah.
Yeah, that those work better.
You know, here's my thing. So we did some experimenting with the move on that using House of the Dead
The
Overkill.
fucking bastard of fucking game. Oh, wow.
Yeah, that too. But the
Is
whole
that the
thing.
name of it?
Barely-
Is that the
barely.
proper name?
No, it's what were you playing?
House of the Dead Overkill.
Apparently, it has South Park levels.
Language.
swearing in it.
Oh my god. That's
Oh yeah, no. It's supposed to be like a B film, like
Yeah, the language in it, yeah, it's supposed to be like it's basically supposed to be like
Grindhouse,
a grindhouse movie.
Like,
And
it's
no,
brilliant.
they did a really good job of
Yeah.
grindhouse cutscenes. It has that whole feel going on.
Oh, yeah.
But the
Okay,
language
so
in
there's fucking this seems like too much.
it. No,
when fucking
Wow.
Larry says it's fucking too much, you
Fucking
gotta
A.
fucking stop it.
Enough of the language, guys. Come on. No,
Fucking A.
But yeah, so no, the only we tried it on a projector, a 3D projector, and I found there's a slight delay in the movement.
Well, yeah, I mean, anytime you get larger, it seems to delay. I mean, Guitar Hero used to have that problem when you would have a sort of a 30, maybe a standard at the... Remember, it was a PlayStation 2 when it kind of started jumping out
Right.
at everybody. You were sort of on the cusp of bigger flat panels that, almost everybody has now. And then, like a 32, like a CRT 32 or whatever, people still often add those, right? And so they would build. There was configurations to take care of the lag in Guitar Hero,
Right,
because
you could
on the
actually
bigger
retune
screen,
it. Right.
you would end up having lag problems
Right.
for whatever reason. you
Well,
know?
there's all sorts of reasons: video processing, DLP, all that shit
Right.
adds an inherent lag to anything you're doing. Yeah, you can play video games on them, but there's
right. So you start getting on this big screen and stuff like that.
Right.
And it's like
right, especially the
And
early
I-
stuff.
and
And
I
the
also-
refresh rates weren't that good.
Well, I was talking to Jim about your experiments that, placement make a big difference too. Like, I was going to experiment with my setup, which basically is a screen that's 11 foot by 6 foot,
Right,
and but because it's 6 foot, it's almost on the ground.
right.
So I put the eye on the ground, maybe to work really well.
It's worth trying. Again,
Because I did get because I bought a starter. They had a starter move kit.
mm-hmm.
So the eye, the controller, and a game for $20 on Amazon.
Holy shit, that's a really good price.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Yeah.
And now that I've already bought it, I'm willing to talk about it.
Yeah, because the one thing about Amazon, when people start buying shit, they start jacking the price up on it.
So the game it came with, it was like kind of like Wii Sports, but
Yeah.
not Wii Sports. It was their sports.
Right.
And one of the games is like a sword fighter.
Oh,
From
yeah.
like
Nothing like a good sword fighter round.
yeah, and it was like so it was like cool.
Swashbuckler.
Yeah, it was actually pretty fun. So I was playing that for a little while. So that was pretty fun. It seemed to work pretty well.
Yeah, again, like I said, placement's part of it, but I think you could work around the aiming issue, and that was not what I found the problem. It literally was just, you could move your controller, and you'd notice it'd be a little trailing behind you on that.
You have that?
I do.
Oh, okay. Do you have that?
It is
Who has
awesome.
gun games?
I already
I don't
have
have
that
the gun game.
I
got the gun
don't know.
camera.
I don't know. Do I have this, Travis?
I don't know.
That one came with.
Well, you already have it.
Generally speaking,
I don't have any
that
guns.
one
Oh,
came
shoot.
with.
I'll
You want
try.
it.
I'll try it. I don't know if I have it or not. But I have
That
it.
one came with
This is
the orange
I
gun.
was gonna give you that.
That game is beautiful.
That is beautiful stuff.
That game is
Because
really
that's
good.
like a
Dynasty
Mackie
Warrior
thing.
Gundam.
Cool. Thank you, sir.
That
Yeah,
game's
for the
awesome.
PSP.
This is my like.
You've been out shopping this morning.
Yeah. No, like this week.
Oh, this week. I was gonna say.
This.
And,
Like,
oh, you had a good week.
Had that for the Xbox.
Damn, you had a really
box.
good week.
it was like over.
Are you whipping it out?
He's whipping it out,
You
man.
got some fines. What'd you get?
What'd you get?
Namco?
Namco Museum.
Ooh,
Nice.
nice.
I want to try to. I'm still trying to find the original NAMCO ones because the greatest hits
That's
one.
not the greatest hits one.
Yeah.
Oh,
This-
the means with the.
it makes for a great display piece.
What's the
the
difference?
original like.
Like it actually.
It
So
doesn't say greatest
it
hits.
has like the discs NAMCO like they look
Yeah,
nice.
I know.
They
Yeah.
almost look generic.
No, yeah, it looks like white. It actually
Yeah.
has like a white disc with
Well,
just
look at
M
the
on
middle
it or just
icon.
C.
Cool.
Look at the middle
Yeah,
icon.
that's what it looks like.
The original
The
is
disc
like,
looks like
the
that?
entire.
Yeah, so if you get all
Is
five, it
that.
spells out Namco as a
Oh, really?
PlayStation.
Okay,
Yeah.
that is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never freaking heard of. Now I already lost the name. The Tower of Draga.
Yeah.
Doesn't ring
Yeah,
a bell
man.
with me.
I ended up playing
That's
it.
one of those games I was talking
about.
about. Now you'll play it and you'll be like, this is
I
the
remember
best
this.
freaking game ever!
Then
Happens
SpongeBob.
all the time.
Dead to Rights. Found a Ratchet and
Little bit.
Clank game.
Thanks.
You know what, I
I
played
love
the
when I
PlayStation-
catch a Ratchet.
I played the PlayStation
Outrageous.
3 Ratchet and Crank in 3D.
Yeah, I
love
did
it.
too.
I
That
like
was
it.
good. Yeah.
And the reason
Ratchet
I liked it, it seemed
Yeah.
like they went back to regular pricing on
PlayStation
thank goodness.
3.
instead of like everything's like $6.
It depends on the goodwill and like
Whether
Yeah.
it's like something special.
PlayStation 3 has a
Fun.
ton
These,
of.
aren't these like all awful, like the movie or comic?
Like the
book?
movie
The only one I know that's halfway decent is In Demon's Hand for Dreamcast. And then Spawn being Soul Calibur 2, that was
Play,
cool.
And then,
PlayStation 3 has wonderful.
I got the
3D
Xbox one of
support.
these.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it does.
sealed still.
Sealed?
Yeah. Got for like $5.
And then a Tomb Raider anniversary.
Yeah,
Oh,
actually,
there you go.
Which is actually good.
That's pretty cool.
that is a good. That's some nice pickups.
I was sitting in my car, I'm like, I wanted to make sure one of you guys got this
Yeah.
gun game.
Sweet.
I'm never gonna collect.
All right.
Well, this
The
year,
gun
this
stuff.
year again, I'm thinking MGC. We're gonna have a big gun setup at MGC this year.
I have 2 more.
Yeah. Well,
LCDs. So
this
now I have
PlayStation
8
3 that we've been
LCDs,
experimenting with.
Nice. Can we do a wall?
Yeah, we
The
could.
question.
Buy one of
So
those like.
the PlayStation 3 will probably include in the light gun this year, and I'm thinking this year, since we're probably gonna have the room,
Oh, we're gonna have a room.
we already have the room.
Oh,
we
the room.
we won't have to switch between systems, so
That's nice too.
so we'll have a Nintendo, Sega, a PlayStation 1, a PlayStation 2, a PlayStation 3 light gun gallery.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so we'll have a good light gun gallery.
Oh yeah, because and the thing is that other group hasn't been there, so
Yeah,
The light gun people.
the light gun group, yeah. So, we'll pick up the slack.
I know the museum itself does have a few light guns.
Do they?
They
Yeah.
have the PlayStation 3 one.
Did they?
particularly.
Okay. I didn't remember
Um,
seeing
I
that.
There's
think-
nobody ever really talk about that stuff. Is there?
No, that's always the shortcoming we find with the museum. They don't have enough people to man it.
Well, I mean.
No, I mean, like,
But
people
you
are,
also
that's
go.
not the point of the museum. They've got stuff printed out about the
They
games.
do.
People
Yeah.
can pick up and play. There's a lot of traffic. That's really not.
Yeah, I mean, you just and you play it and stuff. But you know what? Some of those things, it's almost like if there's a little bit of duplicate. One thing I always try
You want
to do. One thing I always
Pomegranates,
try
yeah.
to do
Okay.
with
Fine,
our
just get it right
collection is I just try to, like, even if they're displaying the same system with a light gun, I always try to display a different game.
Right.
You know, so that if you pull it on by us, you're gonna at least get a different game. I've never seen them display Gumshoe.
Hey,
That one's been for sure.
Thank you.
big shout out to Vidya son, who's turning 4 today.
Oh, congratulations!
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday!
We'll drink to
And,
that.
he- and he's doing a Mario themed birthday party.
Oh,
Perfect.
nice.
Holy crap, it's awesome.
Oh man, that's a great age, man.
Yeah.
Young and impressionable. Get him in a good game.
Oh, he already is. He's on, like, again, he's all about the Mario today by the looks of it. Nice looking setup too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. All right, so I thought we were talking about what we've been playing.
Yeah, I suppose let's shoot to what we've been playing.
Yeah, we should probably do that and probably wrap this up
Yep. I'd be fine with that. You know.
because
Are you fine with that?
We've been drinking for 2 hours, so
We haven't.
What? So
No,
like
you have-
37 minutes.
you haven't.
Oh yeah. Have we? Have we?
Have we really? So all right, Travis, what have you been playing?
Mostly Destiny 2. It's been pretty simple. I've been playing just because most of my friends there. That's what they've been playing lately. I decided to not buy Battlefront 2 because it's
AIDS,
been a shit show. Yeah, it's AIDS. Yeah.
Jonas says it's AIDS.
Yeah. So yeah, long story short, I mean most people probably heard about it already because it's been making a big uproar on the internet. But $60 game. It's got loot boxes. Those loot boxes give you statistical advantages over other players. Some
That's a problem.
aren't as bad as others. Like on ground combat troops and stuff, it's not awful. But you do get faster regeneration time on your abilities. You get for heroes and ships, it's really bad. You get like 10 to 20% more armor, things like that. So yeah, the
That's
fact
kind
that
of worrisome.
and they have a really slow progression system. It starts out pretty easily. They've got one-time challenges you can complete to kind of get you extra credits so you can buy loot boxes. But after those dry up, it's a very slow crawl to get loot boxes. And again, those loot boxes give you advantages, unlike Overwatch, where things are purely cosmetic. So again, people that drop $100, $200 are going to have an advantage over you, which I think is very unfair.
So you can buy your way to the top?
Not
Yeah.
to the top. I mean, if
That
you're still
sounds like an American way.
if you're still a bad player,
Oh.
you're still going to be a bad player. But
Oh.
it does give you an advantage that
Yeah. makes it.
over other players.
Alright.
Like if you're about the same
That gives us
skill
something to do.
and you have better cards, you're gonna do better than that person, which I think is unfair. Considering you're charging you $60 for the game in the fucking first place.
Yeah, you already
That-
bought the
that's
game.
the part that pisses me off. I'm okay with it if it's a cheap game.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cheap
Or if
game
it's a
or
free
free
to
to
play.
Free to play,
Yeah,
right?
fine.
And then you buy your thing
But
afterwards.
when it's $60 and you're sitting there freaking
So-
flopping in more money to be just passable.
Quick synopsis is, again, they had the EA early access for the people who pre-ordered. People started kind of wising on. It was really bad. Again, Darth Vader and Luke are locked as heroes. Cost 60,000 credits. Without challenges, so again, they got the one-time challenges you can play, but without challenges, if you just played regular matches, it'd be approximately 40 hours to unlock Darth Vader and Luke in a Star Wars game.
Wow.
It's pretty
I hear
ridiculous.
they threw a patch out
They
that-
did patch it down to 50. I'm going down through the whole saga
Alright.
here.
Ah.
I'm just doing a quick synopsis, but let me just fire through. Okay, so after that uproar, they reduced that down to 15,000 credits, but they also cut some of the rewards for certain modes. So arcade mode, things like that, they reduced the amount of credits. They reduced it down to 25% of the credits you get for completing the single player campaign. It was 20,000, then you get 5,000. So they reduced those rewards pretty much mostly across the board. They also, it really doesn't matter if you do great in a multiplayer match or you're at the bottom of it. Almost everybody gets about the same amount of credits. So you can just pretty much AFK and just, get credits for that way. So it really doesn't incentivize you to do team play with your squad mates. You do get, they did add now, you get double points, objective points for playing with the people you spawn with. But it's not the people that you if you're playing with a party of Xbox Live friends or people game on PC. It's really hard to group with those people, so it makes it hard multiplayer wise. But again, and you get more battle points for spawning with or sticking with the people you spawn with. But that doesn't give you more credits to buy Star Cores and stuff like that. So there's a big backlash, and then so there's another couple days of staying. People were tweeting, media outlets and other reporters. They started making articles about it. Sounds like Disney was like, yeah, you're kind of fucking around with our IP, EA, and they basically kind of gave them a nasty gram. So they disabled all purchases for now. And the key word is okay, they did that kind of okay, we're sorry, we fucked up. I appreciate that first step. It looks nice. Hey, we're turning off the shop. There's gonna be no microtransactions, but the progression is still slow as fuck. And they say in the tweet that we are going to re-enable it in the future. They say, oh, we're disabling it for now.
We're going to disable it for now to find out how we can maximize profits.
It's basically we're going to tweak our algorithms and turn it on a later date after all the media hype has died down, which I think is bullshit.
Oh,
So
man.
I again, as much as I love Star Wars, I liked the first Battlefront. It was fun. It felt it's one of the greatest feeling Star Wars games. It really puts you
Then
in
you
the
just
universe.
go back and play that one.
Yeah, I've got other Star Wars games to play. I can wait. I'm not gonna give them my money for the shitty shit they pulled for now.
Yeah.
So in
So-
April when it's like $20 or
Yeah, I don't know. Again, if they
They might
come up
be
with a legitimate solution to the microtransaction problem and fix things and say, hey, this is what our plan is, not just that, oh, we're turning it off for now. We'll get back to you at a later date. Again, I'll pay the full price. Again, I've got other friends who have bought it already and I want to play with them, but I just I can't put my
Well,
put
out
my
of
foot on something.
context, that sounded terrible. The-
Yeah.
Even in context, it didn't sound.
Yeah,
good.
it didn't sound good in context.
So yeah, I've mostly been playing Destiny 2 while I've been tweeting a lot at people otherwise about Battlefront just because I'm an angry gamer,
I know the feeling.
Striking the nerd rage.
gamer. Newbies.
well, what's nice is that you can say stuff like that, and then developers are still working on the game, so they can
Yeah.
tweak or change things.
But yeah, if they would change it, that would be good. I mean, it's just
I long for the day when a game come out and that was the game.
Yeah, that ain't ever coming.
it still happens.
Yeah,
every
I
once in a
get
while,
that.
but
There was
it's
a
way-
great-
I know
They're
there's
really
definite downsides to things like cartridges, but geez, man.
It's funny, I did-
That's it. That's
you,
the
you-
game.
You saw
you know?
I retweeted a post on a game meme. They show your PS1 collection, your PS2 collection, then all of a sudden your PS3 collection, your PS4 collection. So
It's a list of games you have on your.
yeah, that's but that is it. You just did so.
It's a picture of the
Let's see the wall
Steam
of
library.
Rob's Steam games.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
right.
Yeah, it's just a blank ball.
I'll put the number up there.
Yeah, we'll just have a little running total up there.
Minus the stuff that I'm not ready.
It moves almost as fast as the national debt.
The car, yeah.
I'm up there with
Yeah,
the
there you
national
go.
debt.
Yeah.
Have they acknowledged you?
Yeah, but
like,
also it was like, wasn't
like
it
as like
$40?
you know.
Oh, yeah.
50,
VIG
Now you're
gamer,
60.
you know.
Sure, yeah.
60 and then
That's,
60 plus.
They say,
This
here's
guy-
the sale, you ass. Hat.
This guy bought all kinds of crap. And then they kind of snicker.
They're like, this sucker.
But doesn't online kind of keep some people on the same game longer than some of the original games? You beat the story mode, there wasn't a lot. You can go
Sure.
back and replay the game.
Yeah, it depends. Some
Yeah,
people are
okay,
so-
also
no,
when
it
you get
depends on
older.
the type of the
you know.
game.
Skyrim.
Yeah.
You know, I'm still playing Burger Time.
Yeah,
you know.
even people are still playing Daggerfall just because the world's so fucking huge. That game's old as shit. Like there are games that have that replayability.
Well, I
that are
gotta
single
tell
player.
you, read the instructions sometimes. Cause I gotta tell you, I first got Daggerfall, and so I was gonna move to the other town, and I didn't know there was like, at first a jump mode. So I'm just like running to the other town, which is
Just
like,
like saying,
miles away. And the game kind of prided itself on sort of real timeness. So if you had to run like a few miles,
It was a few miles.
yeah, it took a few miles,
Yeah.
and it took you the hours to run to that. Jump points,
Yeah.
quick move. And that sort of was like, I'm like trying to run, because that was kind of coming out of games where you just sort of run to the next town and stuff. I mean, weren't really quite. It was a newer, experience, and so then I went back to instruct. Oh, all right, I need to use fast move, and jump to this other town.
I guess for me that reminds me of the original days for me for World of Warcraft was I have to go from this area to this area, and it was like my buddy would be like, well, I'm in this town, like, look at the map. I'm starting to head that way, and we'd be like on our little headsets. Well, I made it like a third of the way there. Like 40 minutes later, he's like,
Weenies.
he's bored,
Right.
waiting for me to show up.
Yeah, where are you?
Like, I'm still 2 continents away. So.
Meet
yeah,
you up.
Breakfast sauces.
These are hot.
Mm-hmm.
Did you put those in the pizza oven?
Yeah.
They work good that way?
Oh yeah.
Evidently.
Pizza oven's like epic.
It's got heat.
I've only
The
put
G2B kitchen.
pizza.
I put all kinds of things in a pizza oven.
I've only put pizza in it.
I
Blasphemy.
do that too. But
What
you know,
else-
I
what
mean,
else works good?
if you have like a
Pizza ovens with G2B.
I got a tray from an old toaster oven,
Yeah.
and I keep that tray near my pizza oven.
So the stuff
and-
doesn't drip through.
Right. So yeah. So if I was doing something like that, I'd throw them on that, throw it in the pizza oven, turn it on, and there you go. Good enough. It's just an oven like any other oven,
Yeah.
really.
It's just
Except
pizza
there-
sized.
So it's pizza size, and the elements are
Small
closer.
pizza size.
Yeah.
Instead of being this far away from the cooking service, this far, so it cooks a little faster. So
That's special.
All right.
I knew this was a cooking show.
Yeah, here we are talking about pizza ovens.
Isn't that special?
What's the current traffic and news and weather report?
It's shitty out.
gonna
It's
rain.
cold and wet.
It's a good day to be inside if you're in the north.
Damn
It's a
good
good day to
time.
be in
Playing
the
video
sixth.
games and drinking.
Yeah, it's
I'm doing both of those.
a good day to be in the 6th floor sub basement.
Okay.
Definitely. Alright, so I'll throw out what I've been playing. I've been playing Brigador Armored Up, or Up Armored. Why Up Armored? Armored Up.
It was like it's like that board game Camel Up. What I was
Yeah,
like, I'm
what
sure
the
it was
heck?
Camel Cup or Camel Up.
2 camels,
'Cause-
1 cup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a very difficult looking
Yeah.
box. It looked like Camel Cup.
What the heck?
But yeah. What is it called again?
Cup
Brigador.
Brigador.
Up Armored Edition, and it is a mech game. I kind of was expecting something like the mech games on the Xbox.
Okay.
Like Mech Assault.
Mech Assault, yeah, it is a bit like that, but it's a little bit more deep
Yeah.
than that and moves a little bit slower. Plus, you have the option of not just doing mechs, you can do tanks, and you can do. They have kind of a neat. I kind of like actually
Take
using. They've got a
patrol.
floating.
Take patrol.
Yeah, it's a tank patrol game. No, it's got a floating grab car, which is pretty cool. That's fun to drive, and the controls are kind of classic mech controls. It's WASD, and you use your mouse. For God's sake, don't. It supports Xbox controller, but don't do that. That is a foolish thing because it actually has depth. So like your aiming has like different. You can aim at different height levels. So it doesn't like shoot straight like Mech Assault does. But it is fun. It's got a lot of neon lighting in it, and everything, pretty much everything is destructible, which makes it fun as shit. So if you want to get somewhere and something's in your
Just
way,
blow that
just stop
building up.
yeah, or stop the crap out of it. It's hard. It's not like an easy game. It's not for the faint of heart. But it's fun. I'm really enjoying it. I put it on the pocket just to screw around with it too, and I got it running on this guy too. It's fun. I like it. Solid game. I'll do a video on it one of these days. I'm busy enjoying it. Once you get a video,
Yeah.
it's kind of like I don't feel like
And you actually have to review it and shit.
yeah, you gotta talk during it.
Exactly.
I mean, I talk during it, but usually it's like mother. That's all I say.
I haven't been playing anything. I just bought some new stuff this week, though. Got us another Vectrex.
Oh, you bought the
Did
one
you
with
buy
the
the one with Madison?
Yeah.
Yeah.
$125. I'm sorry, guys. Right now, Vectrexes are way up there. And not
They
like
are.
we can't build controllers. I have an extra controller as well. But I figured we'd use this one inside that special project we're working on.
Yes.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
Super secret. Special
Super
project.
secret project. Something special for MGC.
We'll be doing that as an episode.
Yeah. It's the super secret MGC project.
Which is what? Your city broadcast is no longer super secret.
Well, yeah, but we haven't broadcast it yet.
So it's super secret.
Well, speaking of that, I mean, we got a trip coming up, so.
Yeah, I know. Looking forward to that.
So now looking at today's rain, it's like son of a bitch. I better get those tarps ready. So in Iowa at Adventure Park, I think they call it. Yeah, they do a video game auction, and so Tom and I are gonna head out there and see if we can score a couple game systems.
We're both looking for something specific. You're looking for
Yeah.
two things. I'm
Yeah.
actually only looking for one thing. What are you looking for?
Well, I mean, I'm kind of flexible. Like if something really cool pops up, like
Yeah.
I'm not really in the market for like a bowling game, but if a good bowling game pops up at a good price,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I'll go for that. I want Tapper. I mean, I want Tapper.
Yeah.
And,
And he doesn't want that fucking root beer tapper. He wants
oh
the
yeah,
real
it's gotta
tapper
be the
with
beer
the
one.
cup, with,
yeah.
with the cup
And the gold
holder
rail.
Yeah.
and the rail. Exactly. Thank you.
Yes.
With the gold rail.
Yeah, that's right. It's gotta be
That
the
Tapper.
Tapper.
Yeah.
And so that's pretty much what I'm looking
And the
for.
ashtrays.
Yeah.
Do they have ashtrays?
It did.
Yeah, well, I mean the ashtrays. I mean,
But completes
probably could candy in there, I
experience.
suppose. Now that I'm not a smoker, so.
Right. Well, hey, it was from a different time. But yeah. So and I'm looking for a vector-based machine. So I just need a very large. So I get
Vector
a
monitor.
vector monitor. But they got an asteroids there. It doesn't say if it works or not. They say they have an asteroids there. I'm hoping they got more than just one vector-based machine there. I also have a lead on a couple other ones, so if this one doesn't come through, I'm gonna make another trip.
Yeah, but it'd be an adventure.
Exactly.
Fly out there, so it's a.
Well, no,
They
we're
always-
we're
they've
driving
got it
out there.
now.
We ain't flying out there because we gotta bring a
It's
trailer.
Larry driving. You're flying out there.
Apparently, people are scared of my driving.
I don't know why.
I don't know why either. But
Occasionally you turn.
I
Something
I
different
feel
from
like
him.
a foot between
Usually.
cars is plenty at 90 miles an hour. But others seem to disagree.
A car in front of you says stay back 500 feet.
Yeah, right there.
Hey,
If you want me to stay back, you should just get back. That's the way I kind of look at it.
Couldn't
So,
sleep, I tell you. Couldn't
but
sleep.
but you know this auction has been going on for several years now. I tried to get it into Racine, it just didn't work out on dates or whatever.
Yeah.
So it'll be neat to go out there and see what it's like in that, And,
So it moves around.
well, he wants to move it, around and
Yeah.
at different times.
Yeah, because I know
He's done this one.
there are other arcade auctions that do that. They go from they
Yeah.
go to area to area and
Yeah.
set up an auction.
And I tried to get him to come. I tried to get him to come to Racine, and maybe we'll talk to him again.
Yeah.
And the dates didn't work and stuff like that. It's like, okay, it didn't work for this year, guys. You can look at next year.
Yeah.
They neither of them seemed to really. So I was working with the Racine visitor tourist.
Yeah. Yeah.
And having this Ryan
Do a little outreach.
who does that and have those guys kind of connect and go, okay, let's try to do something in Racine, because I thought, and we were looking at like an April kind of thing, something April, May, something like that, and have a video game auction, and I thought, oh, that might be really a pretty good time to have one in Racine, but it just fell through a couple years ago, and they didn't really pick up any more discussions. Maybe if I prod them again, I don't know.
I would prod them again. Here's the thing about that.
The nice thing is when we're in Racine, you're close to Illinois.
Right.
You
Yeah,
see a lot of draws.
Right. You're in a decent area for doing.
And it's also not. It shouldn't be like
I wouldn't
expensive.
do it. I wouldn't do it in April though.
No, because it's too close to MGC.
Correct. At MGC,
Yeah.
they often are selling machines there, so I wouldn't do it in April.
Maybe a early September thing
Would probably be better.
Would be good.
Yeah.
Something like that, and it's kind of time it out a little bit.
Yeah,
like
so that
that.
you miss the holidays.
Yeah, I'm not sure you want to do any point between Memorial Day and Labor Day.
No, I have to agree too, because part of it also weather-wise. It's better to move machines when the weather's nice.
Yeah.
So, if you're down south, it doesn't matter. But
That being said, we have no intention of doing that.
no, but we'll deal with it.
The other thing is, and I didn't see one, and who knows what. I would love, I say a bowling machine. I mean, I like but man, if they had a skeet ball style bowling machine,
Those are cool. We used to have them in bars here. A
they're
lot.
my favorite version of that. So you have the version where you got the kind of puck,
Yep.
and then you like that, and that's a cool version too. But my favorite one is the ones that use the skeet ball size ball, and the pins are on ropes.
Yep. I
And
remember
you
that.
knock
I've
them
seen that
off, and they
folder
pull
then,
them
right?
up, and then they drop back just the pins that you missed. And I love that machine. That machine.
Something tells me
sucked.
that would not be a cheap machine, though.
Larry's talking about a tapper machine.
Yeah, which is definitely not a cheap machine.
Yeah, that's
All
not
right,
great.
point well taken there.
Yes. But that style of bowling machine would be so unique, and it's so different.
Yeah.
So like one of the reasons I like Tapper the machine so much, and one of the reasons I would like this machine is because it's a different experience. It feels different than like if you play Tapper with just your joystick and stuff like that on like MAME or something like that, it doesn't feel the same
No.
as actually pulling the tap and just physically behaving that way.
Yeah.
And or like that bowling, throwing a ball and hitting some wooden pins. That's different.
Yeah.
It feels
Yeah.
different. It's worth the extra money then.
Yeah, it is. It is.
And usually people can't store them, so they tend to go okay at auctions. I mean, it just depends if somebody's there that really wants one.
Yeah.
It's like that last arcade auction that Ryan brought up. That one did pretty well. I found out I was
Oh, that yes,
bidding
yes,
again
yes.
once, or against a friend of the show. But
Did you get yours up and running the way you want?
I have not put the switch in. I gotta do it before MGC though. I mean, it's easy to do. You
I
just
think I
wire
read
across
there's
the-
You had a
that
Monty
board
Bee.
has no free play where a lot of them.
Right, it does not have a free play on it.
And-
so
and you
I'll
had-
just put a little button underneath.
Yeah.
You had 2
Quarter,
modding
quarter.
episodes, 2 of them,
And I didn't do that one.
and you didn't.
God, that thing's
Here's the
huge.
modding episode. Here's a bunch of quarters. You put them in the machine.
Have you ever picked that thing up? Tom and I did. I hauled it myself
It's-
once. It is a backbreaker. I
It
don't
weighs
know why
a
they
frickin'
made it so
ton.
heavy, but jeez, that thing's heavy.
Well, the
That's so people don't steal it of a
Yeah,
bar.
I guess.
The mod
God,
is
it's bad though.
drilling a hole in the quarter and putting a string on it.
That is. Yeah, just put a knot at the end of the string so it can't come out the little hole. I put it in there. And
Pull her back out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh man, you can get a free Mr. Burns mask.
Whose turn? Wait,
Turns.
what we're playing?
This is Morning Zoo.
Yeah, then we
There's
don't
no
need to
turn.
turn.
What we're
Turns.
playing, right?
Yeah, we did.
Did we all go? Me?
Well, go.
I didn't
You
go.
go if you want to go.
I went. I mean,
I play Call of Duty. I don't know if anybody's heard of it.
yeah,
World War II.
it's pretty good, huh?
I like
don't
World
know.
War
I
One.
like.
Spoiler alert: the Nazis lose.
I like the
Ah.
fact that you're not like running and jumping off walls anymore. I think it brought it back to,
Trench
the old-
warfare?
Yes.
Like it
Yeah.
should have been World War One. Oh.
And the maps I think are pretty good right now, where you've got multiple levels where people can be up somewhere and then down in a trench and then regular like street level. I think
Probably
that's
the best
kinda
design
nice.
maps I think of any Call of Duty game yet. It's really, yeah.
I mean, I'm
I
still
agree with you.
learning
You
the
could be
maps, but
different
I'm
levels.
finding people hiding in weird spots. It's not.
It's us.
I don't know if it's
What are you
the
playing?
older
Black
games
Desert
were more
Online.
just like
Black
were
Desert
because of the
Online.
running off the walls that they kept it more
Open, yeah.
and flat leveled in a way. But
Yeah, there weren't
there's
as
a lot
many
of-
nooks and crannies. This is more of a camper's game.
But I've noticed, yep, the campers
Camper
and
teams will
snipers
get
are
ya.
definitely back in this game.
See, now if any game should have been a camper special, it would have been World War One. But I
Yeah,
said
it
the
kinda
entire
is.
war was camping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the games are pretty open.
Yeah, well,
Sniping
dude, I
feels
played,
great.
I
in that
played,
game, by the
I
way.
played, I played Battlefield World War One for like 8 hours.
Just saying.
What'd you do? Shed a trench.
There is shit blood up
Oh!
everywhere.
My commander said I was doing a good job.
But pretty much, I stick with the team
Got
deathmatch, and I
Section
played
8.
a couple of war levels. I haven't ventured outside of team deathmatch yet, though.
I like Team Death. I
It
like
just seems
us.
like that's where most people are, anyways.
Sniping
And,
feels
and once
great.
I get pretty
in
good,
that
then
game.
I'll move over to.
Great.
Once I get pretty good with the maps, then I move over to hardcore because I get distracted by the map, and I like the fact that one shot pretty much kills anyone.
Do you do the?
Because I'm pretty much one of those people that you hear like,
Yeah, I like hardcore too.
pop, 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 and you hear like thump, 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 and then they hit me like twice and I'm dead.
Oh,
And
doesn't
I'm
it
like, I
piss
know
you
it,
off?
And then it says like,
Doesn't it piss
and then
you
I get
off?
like 80 points for an assist because the other guy just had to like do the
Tap
last
him, yeah.
shot. You know?
Oh, he looked at him. He died. Oh, it does. I shot a guy 6 freaking times. It went thud, 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 thud. Turns around, I'm dead. What the fuck? You know?
And then you watch the kill cam and he like turns around and he like,
Yeah, and then it shows you in the kill cam. It's totally different because that damn leg compensation. you
Yeah.
put into it. But it is better than the last couple. I mean, it's there, but it doesn't feel as bad. I get way more good games where I don't feel like. I wish they really. I know ranked matches do this, but I wish they would do a little bit better job of not mixing in like really high level players with lower level players. Just give them a damn challenge. Go if somebody's getting like 36 and 2 in a game.
they should
Some
be
with
in
other
our group.
people who are playing 36 and 2. And by the way, if you are a person who's playing 36 and 2 and you're sitting there in the peanut gallery with us, what are you doing? You suck. I mean, you're
Like, trying to get
apparently
the
you're not
12th
you're not good
prestige
enough to be
the
yeah
first
right.
weekend or something.
Don't talk crap because it's just that you don't feel you're good enough to be in a ranked match or something. I don't know, but you get all upset when you lose. But
Yeah.
they get mad.
And
You don't hear as much complaints about camping. It seems to be kind of a thing there. I don't camp as much as I did. I get
You
killed by
know,
campers a lot more.
from a tactical standpoint,
Camping is how you play. Yeah, it should be.
camping is how you actually win wars.
Yes.
I mean, it's
Yeah, you don't run down the middle of the street guns blazing. That is not how real war is
no,
fought.
so
Yeah,
far
yeah.
my success is to run around the map, but I always am around the outsides. I find out
Yeah,
where the
the
outsides
outside
of the
seem-
maps are. I don't run through the middle.
No,
Every
you
time I look
maybe
at
you
the
run through
middle,
the map, but you jump to a location, look around, you see what's going on,
Yeah.
then jump to
But
another
I-
location.
but
You know, undercover,
Right.
or at least semi-cover. You know, not just right down the middle. You know.
I generally feel comfortable just if I'm gonna do
So
like
it-
my sprinting around the map, it's around the outside, and then I'm cautious about coming into the inside of the map because you gotta look 360 then.
Don't you hate that though when you
Well-
see somebody running and then you're like, you're on the edge, right? And you're like,
Well,
ha, you're dead. And you go running at him and all of a sudden somebody was like hidden like in a corner or somewhere. Oh, it drives me nuts. And
Yeah.
it's well played, but it's just like, oh.
it's like
You
you're
know
about-
when we did laser tag we did laser tag and one of the guys that was on the one of the teams was a tactical guy. He was a police officer and there was another guy who was from the military. And you know what they said I asked them about like, oh yeah, you got me a few times, and I got them a few times, but they got me way more. And he said, the biggest mistake you made is that when you saw me, you tried to back up. If you'd have just kept coming straight,
Yeah.
it'd have been much harder to hit you. So I thought, oh, okay, you don't think of that as a tactic to run into the fire, but you said that it's harder to shoot someone coming straight at you than someone backing away.
I've also
And I thought, oh, okay. So I wonder if does that work in video games?
Not so much. It's
Yeah.
only because I don't know. Lag compensation screws a lot of pooches if you've got like a decent, like I got pretty
Yeah.
decent internet here, and that it compensates for people who are kind of laggy. So you'll see these laggy ass bastards on the replays where their laggy ass connection allowed them to hit like 4 times before it registered that he was even there, and you're like shooting the hell out of him, and it just doesn't count it. Even though when you were playing, when you play back your version of it, you hit him like a bunch, and it's even giving me a hit mark. That's what pisses me off. Don't give me the hit markers then. Well, I guess I'd probably be more pissed if it didn't.
No, you didn't hit him. You showed
called
me
it.
perfectly his body shooting across
Right.
the room.
Son of a bitch. I just
No,
get angry
you
at
didn't
that.
hit him.
But currently, I am dealing with if I want to play with a friend, join the friends team. We've had trouble joining in a group, and I'm hoping they're fixing that. 'Cause the one night, I think we wasted like 45 minutes trying to
keep
join,
yourself together.
not join.
It has a weird, the way the
Unable to
matching
join
works
lobby.
is weird too, because you pull your trigger to start going in, and I'm just not used to that. It's just a weird way to arrange it. But anyway,
But so far, I've been happy because I skipped the last 2 games, which I think a lot of people kind of did.
yeah. I mean, I played it because
Advanced
of
and
Modern
it-
Warfare was in there, the original Modern Warfare.
Yeah, and they didn't sell that separately until like after everyone stopped playing it, right?
Yeah, I mean, people are still playing it, but
But the bulk of the original, like
it's down to
I'm
the
gonna say,
super
my
hardcore
coworker
now.
/ your neighbor,
Yeah.
literally almost never put in at Infinite Warfare. He
Yeah,
bought the pack and he played Modern Warfare.
the whole time. Yeah,
The
I played
master the whole time.
Infinite Warfare quite a bit. I thought it was pretty good. It just, wall walking works great if you have a mouse. And if you don't have a mouse, I really feel like I'm fighting those controls. I mean, I always feel like I'm fighting the controls with an Xbox controller. I do. I really feel like I'm limited in my movements with it. But when you're wall walking, it's way worse. I mean, it just feels way worse because it's just, you can't, it's hard to, it's like Battlezone, but you're a person trying to, I think there's a lot of people playing.
And I've seen people in this new game that think that this is still a game like that because I've seen them really jumping around. Like,
Yeah.
just.
I hate jumpers, man. So stupid.
And then you get the replay, and they're out there with their sniper rifle jumping around. Boom.
If
Like,
you're jumping
How
around
did you
corners,
jump
don't
around?
bitch about campers. Just don't. Because you don't do it in a real war. You don't see people in a real war jumping around corners. Grandpa in World War II did not jump around a damn corner. I hate jumpers. I really just hate them. They're annoying as hell. I used to play with a clan, Modern Warfare, the original one. You could jump, but jumping as an avoidance tactic wasn't allowed because they just found it stupid. It does work.
so like
Although,
jumping to get over an obstacle, right?
Yeah, that's
getting
okay.
over to
Right.
this, to that, you know, like.
But as an avoidance tactic, if you're constantly jumping around corners, they probably annoying. Although I gotta say, in 2, it doesn't let you jump as fast as you used to be able to. Jump the second time. So I find that these people that jump all the time, given my age, it makes them a lot more visible. Thanks. I didn't see you there, you idiot. Thanks for jumping around.
The initial like outfits people are wearing do blend into the environment a little bit.
Yeah, they do.
Whereas like once people start getting like the blue shiny Black Ops 3 armor, it's like, hey, there you are.
They got a flame job armor on.
You gotta look cool when you get them kills, man.
That's right.
So like in the
You get that style
in the
point.
snow
right.
level, I can imagine the person wearing the lighter colored white, like somebody was wearing like a white or a blue shirt outfit. I'm like, and then they were in one of the maps that's very like kind of where camouflage would help you, and like every time I saw this guy, I'm like, oh, there you are. Boom.
Sucker!
You shouldn't have
So,
changed your outfit. So that's what.
So the zoo's been great.
It has been
Florida
great.
Zoo
Yes,
has
yes.
been fun.
I got an next buzz going.
But at this point we're moving into afternoon clusterfuck.
Holy shit, we are an afternoon
That's
clusterfuck.
that's something we should do. The afternoon cluster fuck with guys, games, and beer.
But so I feel like we kind of had time. We're kind of.
I think it's been good.
I think it's been good. Like I said, I got a good buzz going. There's one little sausage left.
I think you should tear it up.
One teeny weeny.
There's one teeny weeny left.
It was the lonely
It's
sausage.
a lonely little sausage.
Aww. Taking a bite, Tom.
Dude, stop biting my sausage.
Oh, my sausage hurts.
All right. Well, we are moving to clusterfuck, so.
Yeah, all right.
It's gonna
So
get ruder.
thank you very much for listening to WG2B's morning drive breakfast club thingy. Yeah, it's been yet another clusterfuck, which we kind of expect this to be. We'll be on next Tuesday with the usual guys, games, and beer shenanigans.
Yeah, we may have something special
Yeah,
that comes in.
we might be doing a game episode.
Ooh, is this one even gonna get?
We're gonna talk about
packaged?
games.
No, we're gonna
It's
do a
just,
let's play.
No, it's just this is a
We
live
just-
event, and it's gonna go by
It
the
just
wayside.
goes the way it goes.
That's it.
We've got you remember that
You either saw it or you didn't.
hero? What was it? 2-bit hero
Sausage-
dungeon.
Sausage choice.
That one hero
That's
dungeon
funny.
that Don Troy's friend wrote that we played 2 years ago at Game Over.
Yeah. You
we-
nicely gave us a copy of.
We're getting another copy of it to do the latest version.
We're
a
gonna
Let's
do a
Play.
gameplay.
We're talking about doing let's play.
We're gonna play
Yeah,
games.
If it comes in on
Oh.
Monday, we'll do a live show with that on
Well, we
Tuesday.
can do the old version too.
No, he's got the new version on. Let's play the new version.
Oh, all right.
So,
We'll play both and compare.
well, we'll see how that goes. But he is going to send us a copy of the new version to do a let's play. So we'll do
That was the super yes, I can turn Word characters into sweet graphics.
Yeah, well, that's it exactly. The original one, he originally used graphics from Word. Was it Word or a publisher?
I think it was Word.
Something like that.
They
He
were
used-
all
he
characters
used the-
just
yeah.
in Word.
He did a really good job considering.
I thought it was
because he was not a
amazing.
graphics artist, so he literally took the block graphics and made characters, and they actually didn't work bad.
I thought he did a pretty dang good job. Wait, this is Morning Zoo. Pretty fucking damn good job.
That's right.
Yeah, right. All right, so that's all the swearing we can do for the afternoon.
All right, we'll see you guys on
Thanks for watching
Tuesday.
the morning breakfast club thingy, and I just put the beer court logo up because I drink too much. There we go.
Hey! So we're going with beer court again. Get the next beer court.